word to wise. Grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode 346 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that you can find not just here on YouTube, but you can also find us on you can find us on Google, Spotify, Apple. You know all the goddamn you know what apps you use, goddamn it. You can find us on those. And if you do, make sure you leave us a rating so we can find more listeners like yourself. Man, there's a lot going on, and I don't have time to talk about all of it. But I will just say before I don't want anyone to think I'm avoiding a topic, because y'all know how I feel about that certain topic. I know about let me put it this way. I heard about the stuff that's going on with global comics right now. Yeah, I'm reaching out. And
you don't have all the information yet. You're trying to get all the information.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. I'm waiting to see what they say back to me. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get a satisfactory answer. So I've already kind of made peace with the fact that I'm probably going to wind up divesting.
What? You don't know yet.
I don't know yet. Well, I mean, but if I do get that answer, I mean, I just want to make it clear. Yeah. I don't want anybody to be surprised or have hurt feelings. That I hit him with the Homer Simpson and just slid back in the bushes. Yeah. Or you know what? Probably a more accurate representation of how I would feel about the scenario would probably be something closer to this.
Get the stepping.
That would be probably a more accurate representation of how I would feel if I don't get the answer that I'm looking for. Yeah. Because once again, that is y'all know me. I have a very hard line. About artificial intelligence. I
didn't even like the movie.
No. Honestly, I thought the movie was kind of boring. It was just I wasn't really. I don't know. Maybe I was in a different place. And I don't know. I saw it a long time ago when I was a lot younger. Maybe if I saw it today, I'd feel differently. I don't know. But I'll just say this. Because people keep sending me they goddamn like AI books and shit. Like, look, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you have a book, if you have a comic that was made with AI and you're thinking about sending that shit to me for me to review,
we do not care.
I don't want it. I don't want it. Matter of fact, if you keep repeatedly asking me to review your AI book,
stop it. Get some help.
Because it ain't gonna happen. Now that said,
I read it to prepare myself and prepare the mute button so I don't have to hear that damn song.
Yeah, that and just this, and I'm gonna pull this up just because this is the context. Yes. They're integrating AI technology into his platform, focusing on creator tools, translation, and workflow improvements backed by a significant new investment and acquisition. And I'm going to tell you why. Some people are concerned, because they're also going to be reevaluating the... This was on their website. I'd have to look for it to pull it up. But they're going to be going back and revisiting the AI tags. And this is the part where I actually take umbrage with some of the stuff that they're doing, is that they're going to allow for comics that were made like using like, like Adobe and a lot of like photo and image editor apps have like AI integration, but like their AI integration is different from everybody else's AI integration because they're not pulling from the entire fucking internet. They're like pulling from like a very curated set of things where everybody involved is actually in on what's going on. But here's my problem with that. How are you going to police that shit? Like, how are you going to be able? I mean, I guess if you, I mean, I technically there are ways to tell where an image comes from, but like my thing is like, how do you police what was made? Using like some of the AI tools that are in like Clip Studio or Adobe Illustrator or some other app. How are you going to be able to tell the ones that were made from that versus ones that were made like in Midjourney or some other like ChatGPT or something like that? That's where my concern is, because I feel like what's going to happen, and it's the same thing that actually happened with YouTube. Oh wait, I just got a notification about something. Hold up. I think this might be like a Mr. Rogers situation. I might have something.
But you got a puppet?
I might have something at the. I might have a little something at the dough. Okay, no, not yet.
Lord.
But no. That said, I want more information before I unload the clip. So, if anyone was expecting to see me like go on some wild ass fucking unhinged tangent about global comics today, I'm sorry to disappoint you. That's probably not going to happen today. It's probably going to be a lot more measured, but no less angry. But you know what? I want to talk about some actual stuff that came into my possession. Carter, do you know what I am now the proud owner of?
Yeah, because you've been telling me about that shit for the past 2 weeks.
I am the proud owner.
I was there when you got giddy when you saw it the first fucking time on eBay.
I'm now the proud owner of the complete Milestone Media trading card set. 100 cards. 100 cards ranging from multiples of Static, Icon, Rocket, Hardware, a lot of the characters you would expect, Blood Syndicate. They've also got pictures of the creative team, MD Bright, Dwayne McDuffie. You've probably seen these cards on the internet in some capacity or another. Yep. Well, guess what? They are now in my possession. And you know what? Guess what I also got, because I'm a maniac. I also have these. I have unopened packs.
Wait, you bought
of Milestone trading cards. Well, these are a little bit more of a thing I'm saving for later.
Well, no, I thought the ones you showed, you opened them out to fucking packs. I didn't know you had a separate pack. Oh, okay.
I had a completely separate thing. But those packs, they're going to come into play sometime down the road.
All right.
Also,
well, since you talking about Milestone real quick, one thing I did learn about my LCS is that they got a delay on the Dakota incident variant, so I think they have a Rocket one on the way. Am I keeping an eye out for your ass before I send you the autograph?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the thing is, so the Rocket one that's from the original run. It's just that. So, okay, basically what happened was, and I think I showed you this before.
You told me because you was pissed about it. if you're going where I think you're going.
Yeah, no, I was very upset about it because, so basically, for those who don't know, yes, there were multiple covers for the Dakotaverse. Well, sadly, they did away with one of them. Technically, they still came out, but I don't think they came out in as big a quantity as maybe people would have liked.
Yeah.
But this was one of the covers. And what they did was, I guess, I won't say who because I don't want to make it hot, but basically this cover didn't get as much circulation because what they wound up doing was they wound up going back and changing it. So when you see this cover now, it's going to look more like this. Because they didn't want Rocket dropping it like it's hot on the cover. Yeah.
How you think she got the baby in the first place?
I'm just saying. But yeah, it's yeah. Oh no, this wasn't DC.
No, this was not DC, big dog.
This was
I'm
not.
happy you said what you said. 'Cause I was about to just say, what the fuck are we doing? Call his ass out. But
this time, it was not DC.
No.
This time, it was not DC.
Yeah.
But no, guess what else I got? Carter?
Was that?
I think I shared. Got a bunch of shit that just fell over.
I would disagree with that bill of giving it a poly bag. Don't give it a poly bag. Just put the fucking cover out like it was like the original thing. But neither
leave that motherfucker alone. So I have these. I already showed y'all the static that I got. I got the static number one. Static number one. I also got these. Bablow. I got the collector's editions of Blood Syndicate number one. They basically all it is just it's a poly bag, but it comes. You can't see it. I don't think you can really see it in here, but there's a trading card in here as well. Also got the same for Icon. Boom, gotcha. And also for hardware, but here, but wait, there's more.
$2.95, bruh.
Man, dude, do you want look, man, you don't want to talk about look, hey, drawing the line at $2.99. Miles, I was like, nah, pimp, we taking it a little bit lower. I don't know if I shared this, but I found this advert. It's an old advert. Okay.
Yep, you pulled that. Yep, you showed us that last week. Yeah.
I got that. But there's more.
Okay.
You probably heard a couple of clickety clacks.
Look at that.
Got the 9.8 Blood Syndicate.
This is why you told me your ass been on eBay way too much this week.
And
shit.
And I got a hardware 9.8. And now, what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
I have Shadow Cabinet number one coming.
Okay.
And I've got an Icon number one. The Shadow Cabinet's not graded, but the Icon that is on the way in the mail that is literally out for delivery right now, that one is going to be like a 9.6 grade that is coming my way. And I'm also plotting. I'm gonna try and get the Static and Shadow Cabinets graded. Like I'm actually like take those out and try and get them graded. But I'm actually going to be looking into getting some of the other books as well. That's the other thing I got. This is also on the way in the mail. The issue of Icon, which I think was issue number 8. Yeah, it was issue number 8. No. The lies I have told. The lies I have told.
Oh, Lord.
It was issue number 4. I got this issue coming in of Icon. Issue number 4 of Icon, where Rocket gets the results of the pregnancy test. I'm also gonna try and find the one where we get the first appearance of Amistad. I'm gonna try and like hunt that down as well. And then we're not done.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, this is a lot of shit.
See, that's why you got to have shit to the side where you ain't got to go all the way back. You finna pay for that.
I finally got this variant of Beneath the Trees. Also, I love the almost throw all my books on the floor. But no, I love the Every Bear Wants to Be Wanted, but not for murder one. Also, I have some more variants of these. I got the American Psycho and the Natural Born Killers variants coming in as well.
Did you finish the follow-up series finally?
Yes, we are going to talk about that next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that next week. Oh, and I also, now this is the real, this right here, Milestone was technically the piece de resistance.
Yeah.
But these are not far behind it because of how much I love the series.
Yeah.
So I have, boom!
Feral. Oh, you got Feral? Okay.
Part 1. Got the cat people variant. Love to see it. Got the bam. Got the Mithrigan. For Feral number 3. Bam. Got the 28 Days Later variant for issue number 4. Like let's just keep let's rapid fire these bad boys. Bam. For issue number 12. Bam. For number 14. Also, I have
not Nosferatu, that fucking
yes. Oh, dude, you know what's so beautiful about it? Guess what? You know the issue that I had the cover or that I had the back of the box quote for?
Yeah.
Guess what mine was?
What was it?
Friday 13th. And not only that, it's the Friday 13th is my favorite. It was Friday 13th part 6. Jason Lives.
Oh Lord.
It's the one where it's because I love that movie so much because it's the movie that cements Jason as a fucking zombie.
So is the quote still on the back, even though with the variant?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Still is.
That's dope.
Also, dope. Bam! Part 15. Got that one. Bam! Part 16. We just go keep it. We just keeping it going. We keeping it going. Also, by the way, I actually got 2 of these because I have a soft spot in my heart for homages.
Okay.
Especially homages that are not done by Rob Liefeld. Bam! We got that Feral Part 18. Yeah, y'all see that right there? Look at that. Got them young bloods. But this time Rob Liefeld didn't draw them, so they actually look good. Bam! Got Feral Part 18 right here. Look at that. Bam, 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 bam. We got it. We out here. Y'all don't know what time it is. Also got bam! Got them them Freddy Fazbear cats. Yeah. And then wait. We ain't done. Bam! Got that Halloween H2O. Y'all know nothing about that.
Hey, dog. Why we referencing the LL Cool J Halloween movie? Why are we doing that?
I have no idea. I honestly.
Come on, man. Why we referencing the LL joint?
Also, here's another thing we got. Bam! Got Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant number 1. Got this This is actually, I think, of the variants they did for that first issue, this might be my favorite one. Also got the Tarring Clark, bam! Wonder Woman number 30.
That's dope.
This right here with the newbie on it. Got newbie on there. Got that newbie. Even got the certificate of authenticity.
That would be fucking disgusting if Feral had a Leprechaun from the Hood variant.
That
would be disgusting.
Okay, so I
couldn't read that book no more, dog. I couldn't read that book anymore.
I looked ahead. I looked ahead at the horror movie variant covers, and sadly, that is not one of them.
Good. That would be insane.
I think because issue 2 did Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'm trying to remember what some of the other ones did. Like some of the other ones were a little. Oh, one of them did Barbarians.
Okay.
One of the upcoming ones. I think it might be the 24th issue. It's either the 23rd or 24th. Is Weapons. They're doing a weapons variant, where like they take the poster with like the poster where the kids are like running like away from the camera.
Yeah.
It's that one, but it's the cats. It's fucking
Okay.
crazy. Oh, I got this too. This isn't as special, but I got the facsimile edition of the Spider-Man Invincible crossover. So there was that. So yeah,
See, my shit can't compare. I don't even want to show what I got this week. That my shit don't compare to that.
I mean, it could.
You know what? Since the last thing you pulled up was that Spider-Man Invincible cover, I want people to prepare themselves because that's what I picked. That my quality will be like the Marvel team up level. So I got some old X from my LCS this week. Also with some other stuff. I remember one of you guys asked me like a couple of weeks ago, "Hey Carter, are you gonna get that Human Target Deluxe Edition?"
Look at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Like,
I'm gonna get it,
man.
Actually ended up giving my actual the original Human Target hardcover. I ended up donating those to a library, and what I got, like I said, I got some old X. Something that I had wanted to read, but I could never find it. But I got it now. Ernie and I were laughing about this earlier. Your boy got Messiah War. The constant art changes in this book is stupid. But one thing I was laughing about that, like the thought just occurred to me, like when it pertains to Hope Summers, the biggest fear in this woman's life was a black man. It was just
not just a black man, a big burly bald black man.
Dude, reading this and going back to like the Messiah Complex era of X books was funny just because reading this and seeing how much shit Bishop did in trying to kill this little girl. How
Crazy,
many time periods he done just wiped the fuck out. One thing I did think was neat though was that in some universe, I think that time period is fucked though because of all the Second Coming, Krakoa retcons and all that. Bishop and Strife killed Apocalypse. Not really. They super weak. They almost got him, and then Archangel came in some other shenanigans. But another thing I got, this was one I didn't even know this existed as a hardcover. But again, we're keeping it old X, and we're keeping.
Bam!
We got
Necrotia. Oh man!
Now here's what I wanted. Here's what I wanted to tell you that I thought was funny about Necrotia. I'm gonna see if it comes up on this camera. This is back when Celine was. Well, first of all, since you are Mr. Horror Movie, hold on. I'm gonna let you see this variant real quick. See if you catch that.
Lost Boys. Bruh, they did. I did not know they made a Lost Boys variant for Necrotia.
So that was one thing. But here's the thing I was laughing at about this shit. So in this hardcover, there's chronology, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're getting to see when everything takes place, so you have the proper order of how everything occurs, right?
Okay. All right.
Isn't it cool that Marvel would put a chronology at the beginning so you know when each issue would take place? Isn't that great?
That is great. That is great. I feel like something terrible is about to happen, though.
We put a chronology as one of the first pages so you know when to read everything. But the book is not in chronological order.
That is...
Who is this?
Bruh. That is diabolical. That is... Bruh.
Dude, I cracked up once I noticed this. Oh,
Bruh. Look.
Oh, man.
Can I?
I thought that was funny. Fuck. I thought that was.
That
funny
is. Who put that book together? Who put that goddamn book together? Who? Because whoever it was, they need to be fired. They need to be fired. I'm sorry. If they're still working at Marvel, I don't care who it was. They need to be fired. They really do.
And to answer a question real quick from Triple Dot, this was Clayton Crane drawing X-Force during Necrosha, during Messiah War. This was the Kyle and Yas X-Force run that actually got me back into X-Men, if I can be honest.
That's actually...
I thought that was real. Because bruh. Edgelord and cool. Like, look at that. Just Edgelord and gangster. Warpath. Don't even know what happened to him. We never learned what the fuck went on with Warpath. But yeah, I just thought it was real nasty to have a chronology in the beginning of your hardcover and then not put the story in chronological order. That is.
Oh yeah, no, that's
I don't know why you did that.
That's a whole new level of kung fu treachery. Like, that is a whole other level of kung fu treachery. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it.
One thing I want us to go ahead and knock out, because I did see this question asked, and then I saw people having a back and forth about it. Spider-Man trailer came out.
Yeah.
Big Ernie, did you see the trailer?
Yes, I did.
This will be a quick one. What'd you think?
Loved it.
Interesting.
Now, let me add an asterisk to that.
Okay.
I love the trailer. I do not like what it's adapting.
You were the first people I've seen who brought up what it's adapting.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the people what it's adapting?
So, okay, look, I don't. I want to say this came out. God, I want to say this book came out when I was not reading. I was not reading Spider-Man anymore. I don't think.
It's all right, because nobody was reading the fucking other.
There you go. Exactly. Okay, so there you go. Thank you.
When do I read that shit? You are right, big dog.
No, nobody was reading that bullshit. But no, I was not a huge fan of the other. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, let me help you out. Let me put you up to speed. There was a storyline, and some of you may or may not remember it. It's one of those, we always say even the greats. Yeah, we say sometimes even the greats can they can miss every now and again. They can miss every now and again. You know what I mean? They can miss. It happens, okay? It happens.
Are you saying that this was a miss from JMS, or was this a miss from Reggie Hudlin?
Honestly, I think everybody involved missed on this.
Okay, first of all, JMS misses nothing. Okay, J. Michael Straczynski misses nothing. He
definitely don't miss Mary Jane.
First of all, watch your mouth. You being real disrespectful to that man for no fucking reason. He brought us one of the greatest Superman stories I have ever read in human existence by the name of Superman Earth 1. Okay? You can watch your fucking...
That man said, you watch your fucking mouth.
I just made somebody really, really mad saying that Superman Earth 1 was one of the greatest goddamn Superman.
Oh my God.
Okay, go ahead. Before I get yelled at.
So yeah, this is adapting Spider-Man. The Other. Now, okay, so the reason why I said that everybody involved in this kind of owes us a round, we should be able to just kind of line everybody up and just go down the line and just is because Spider-Man the Other. This was a storyline that, the way I remember it, and I'm prone to misremembering things sometimes. So please forgive your boy for any transgressions that you may or you may not occur. But this was a storyline that kind of took place over the course of a few different Spider-Man books.
Yes. And that person in the chat, Barry Schaffner, yes, Peter David was involved in this.
Yes,
it was Peter David, it was JMS, and Reggie Hudlin.
Yeah,
Only reason I know the Reggie Hudlin part was because it was Marvel Knights Spider-Man, and I remember picking up Marvel Knights Punisher from Garth Ennis, thinking that it was Punisher Max, and was supremely disappointed.
Well, but you know why you also probably remember it? It's also the issue. It's also the Spider-Man run where this happened, where Spider-Man got his hair got his hair put up in some cornrows. Yeah, the Wakandan braids. Yes, this was it was that era of Spider-Man. But no, it's also the era of Spider-Man. I think if I'm remembering the order of events correctly, like Spider-Man supposedly dying, like he gets some bad news, finds out he's likely gonna die, and shit gets crazy. But then all of a sudden, something very strange happens. Carter, do you know what that something strange is?
Yes, we get the introduction to Moreland, which is basically the current cinematic universe, saying that with the introduction to Moreland, we're going to get a live-action Miles Morales movie after we get the Spider-Verse sequel, because they're trying to bring all of the Spider-Verse stuff together with Spider-Geddon, starring Reggie Hudlin. So there's probably going to be some really janky House Party reference in there for no good reason. House Party remake, mind you, not the original.
I was gonna say Moreland is pretty large and in charge, and
I was completely full of shit through everything I just said right there. I'm just
no, I mean, but no, you're not incorrect though. Moreland is a major player in the storyline. Is what I'm leaning at.
Yes.
But that said, yeah, the whole thing, like the other evolve or die, it seems like the MCU is adapting that particular arc. And what I was actually kind of alluding to, the thing that I was going to say that they adapted was this scene comes up in the trailer. If you could see right here, where in here, let's enhance. Can we enhance? We most certainly can enhance. And you can see here where you zoom into the shot, you see something kind of funky looking there. What that is Spider-Man inside of a cocoon. And basically he wasn't dying, he was mutating, is what was happening. This is why when you get to that part in the trailer, where he's like, he's all upside down, and he's damn near butt naked, and
Blerd Without Fear, you're wrestling right now, and you're wrong. It ain't got nothing to do with some comic called The Other. What they're trying to do is make Tom Holland more closer to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man with the natural webbing and shit. That's what they're doing.
I mean, that is exactly
to do with a fucking comic book.
That is, I mean, to be fair, that is kind of what they are doing. But like, I will say this, there are a couple of instances in this trailer where you can kind of tell that shit has been scrubbed out. I can't 100% confirm that this is one of them. But if I found out later, if I went to go see this movie and, learn that this motherfucker gonna have like 4 extra arms by the end of it, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if we got man spider shenanigans at some point either. But the other thing was, a lot of people were freaking out because the hand pops up in this trailer. You can see here the hand shows up, which that means Daredevil must be around somewhere. But the other thing,
Punisher has people to shoot with reckless abandon,
right? Yeah, exactly. And honestly, that's kind of why I promise you the hand is in this movie, because the hand aren't like alive. They're undead zombie ninjas. So they it's the same reason that the Avengers fought the Chitauri and the Ultron bots. And I forget the Outriders? I think that's what they were called. The Thanos's like little four-armed monster things.
Yeah.
That's why they fight all that shit, is because it's faceless, not real like enemies that they can just mow down with reckless abandon. Now, that said, this shot also comes up, and I think because of Spider-Man, No Way Home, people are a bit more hip to this. Like, ever since, like, I can tell you right now, since Spider-Man No Way Home, since that trailer for that movie, everybody has been like,
there's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. It fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
That's basically what everybody has been saying. So take stock of some things. Let's take stock of some things. So for one, here, let me do this. You see that there are, let's count them, Carter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ninjas leaping at Spider-Man. Looks like a Jay Lee cover. Kind of crazy, But here's the problem. This lady is clearly making eye contact with Spider-Man. So is this guy. This guy, you could make an argument, is looking at Spider-Man, but honestly, looking at where his eyes are, I think it's debatable. The way he's swinging his sword, he could just as easily be looking at something that's down.
Boy, you
around it here.
Rock stars level of.
Well, no, but I need you, Carter. I need you to see something though. Who the fuck are these three looking at? Because here, I'm gonna zoom it out. Because this motherfucker is not even looking in this man's direction. This motherfucker is looking at some shit like over in here somewhere. And so who are these two motherfuckers swinging at? Who are they swinging at? Because this dude is literally getting ready to swing, and Spider-Man all the way up there pimping. There is no fucking way. I'm sorry. It just ain't happening.
I want to ask a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Real quick. It ain't got nothing to do with the hand. It ain't got nothing to do with the hand right now. I just want to know people's okay. Since we might be getting Tom Holland, because in the trailer, you saw the black eye, so he might be turning more and more into that spider monster that some of you all only know about from the animated series on Fox Kids. What if Tom Holland turns into this spider beast, and that's gonna be a way for him to go ahead and wipe out Zendaya, so we can go ahead and bring a redheaded MJ into these Marvel films? You know what's funny about that? I don't know how many people. Oh no! I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Because there's something else that happened. There was something else that happened in this trailer. I ain't gonna let you get away with that. Something else happened in this trailer that I'm not gonna let just fly under the radar. I'm sorry. I just can't. And I won't. I'm not gonna let y'all get away with that shit. You fucking crazy if y'all think I'm gonna let y'all get away with that shit. What I do? So check this out. I gotta find it. It's in the excusez-moi. I've seen so many of y'all say that. Let me be the first one to say it. And y'all know that I mean this when I say it. If they put Paul in this movie. Yeah, man. If they put Paul in this movie. Here's why I won't like it. Because you sure you don't want to see Paul? You don't want to see Paul in a movie? If that's Paul, great. The reason I don't want it to be Paul is because I don't know the moment this scene happens, because I want to have my phone out to record every goddamn reaction in that theater of rage if it's Paul, because I want to be the one to scream, hallelujah, it's my guy Paul. God bless Zeb Wells. The man that should have been Venom. I just want to scream that at the top of my lungs in a fucking movie theater. My man Zeb Wells May God bless Paul. I just want to scream that. If that's Paul, bro, I would crack up.
Wait. You know what I want to do? I want to pull a JR. Through hellfire and brimstone, it's Paul.
I love it.
That's what I want.
I would crack.
That's what I want. Dude.
Dude, I would crack up. I would crack
Carter,
up.
I want to share something with you. I want to show you. I want to show y'all actual real-time footage.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show y'all actual real-time footage of me. If this motherfucker's name gets called out and it's Paul, this gonna be me in the theater.
Just
I'm
being
gonna
an
be sitting there
asshole.
like,
Yes.
yeah, like I'm gonna be like,
y'all laughed at me for Multiverse of Madness with my pristine photos that were taken in the theater. Y'all laughed at me for my Multiverse of Madness photos. Y'all gonna be just chomping at the bit to see if Carter recorded himself and the people losing their mind if it was fucking Paul. Oh, it'd be great. It'd be great.
Dude, I'm just like this is I'm gonna be in the theater just.
Oh, it would be great. It would be so great.
But no,
dog, let Peter realize that he cannot be with Mary Jane. She might remember something, and then she just hold hands with her new boyfriend. Oh, you're the guy from across the hall that gave my friend the flowers. I remember you. You were like at the last part of the trailer. Yeah, this is my boyfriend. This is Paul. I would crack.
I would
crack. MJ, hey babe, and then just some random nigga just come and kiss Zendaya real quick. Tom Holland just hot. Oh hi, I'm sorry. This is Paul, bro. I would scream.
Let them fuck around and already have 2 babies. I'm a fall the fuck out. I'm a fall the fuck out. Wait. Okay, so here, let me answer up, and I'm gonna get to your super chats here in just a moment too. But I want to make sure we clear this up. Go back and watch Spider-Man No Way Home. Go back and watch Spider-Man No Way Home. Remember the ending.
Yeah, just go to the end. You ain't even gotta watch.
You ain't gotta
do
watch
what everybody else does with that movie.
Yeah.
Skip to when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield show up, and then just watch that half. That's what everybody do with that movie, whether you want to admit that shit or not. Y'all say that movie is the GOAT, even though y'all's cut to like right there, and just watch the rest of it.
I'm not gonna hold you. I usually skip to the first scene with Doc Ock,
and
then jump to where Green Goblin go off. And then the rest of the movie is just the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield shit. Like that to me, that's where the movie really fucking starts. But no, so okay, remember
Doctor Strange shenanigans. Just say that.
Yeah. Instead of making a deal with Mephisto, to do the whole, like, remember One More Day? Remember how Spider-Man One More Day, they did the whole thing where, like, Peter and MJ, they, like, traded in their relationship, basically, to save Aunt May? They did the same thing in No Way Home. The only difference is that Peter didn't do it to get Aunt May back. He did it to fix all the Spider-Verse shenanigans from it. Like, basically, he did it to say, hey, we ain't got money for Spider-Verse. We ain't got the budget for Spider-Verse yet. So here, let me give up my identity. Basically, he said, hey,
with Sherlock Holmes.
He did. He made a deal with Sherlock Holmes Fisto.
Lord have mercy.
To wipe everyone's memory of who he is. Because remember, that was the thing that happened at the end of Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Far From Home, his identity was leaked. So by the time you get to Spider-Man No Way Home, everybody knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So you have to deal with that. So basically, it was to wipe the memory and all the it's like I said, go back and watch. Go back and watch.
Go back and watch the big dog.
Please,
but no one knows
please.
Peter Parker. Period.
They don't. Yeah, like Ned Ned
Ned
don't know
him.
MJ
John
don't
Favreau
know.
don't know him. Hulk Banner don't know. Nobody know him.
Yeah, because remember that's one of the things that pops up in the trailer. Remember, he said, "What'd you say your name was again?"
Okay, let me ask you this about that part,
Yeah,
and then we can
what's
move
up?
on here. What
Go
if
ahead,
they
shoot.
try to turn, since they've done so many like twists and turns or tweaks to shit?
Yeah,
What if they try to turn Banner, and this is the cartoon version of Spider-Man in my brain right now.
Mhm.
What if they try to turn Banner into this version, like Kirk Connors, to where
Yeah.
he's the college person that Peter's always going to for help and stuff, but he has his own secret and he got both his arms. He ain't got just one arm in that goddamn lab coat. So what if they try to do that with Banner?
I mean, yeah, they're gonna make him the guy. Like he's basically the stand-in for Kirk Connors in this, like 100%. But anyone who, but I do want to go back to something that I was talking about earlier because I saw some of y'all thinking I was being like a conspiracy theorist. I'm sorry, there's no conspiracy here. There's nothing conspiratorial about seeing a motherfucker looking this way when there's a motherfucker up there. I'm sorry, and there's a lot of dead space in this shot. I promise you. Remember how when they did the No Way Home trailer, the same thing happened? How like
I'm gonna say they did it there. They've done it. They've done this shit before, dog.
Right,
how many of y'all thought Hulk was gonna be at the end of Infinity War? And that was a whole Hulk buster.
Well, it was like, well, no, and not just that, but like, remember, because in the original teasers where they showed that shot that everybody analyzed from No Way Home, they had the villains, but the villains were all looking at different shit, and it was obvious. It was obvious each of the villains was looking at somebody different. And they're kind of doing that here. I mean, they might be fucking with people, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one other motherfucker right here. And I remind y'all, I don't know if y'all saw it, but Sana Amanat did an interview recently, and I think it might have been with Black Girl Nerds. I might be misremembering the timeline on this, and I'm happy to be corrected about this. But let me here, fuck it, let's do this. Let's not bullshit. Let's not bullshit. Hold on, no. Before anybody try to discredit me, I want to pull up this interview from friend of the fucking channel. Good dear friend of the channel. Good dear friend of the channel. Jamie and Black Girl Nerds. Because she posted a thing, and basically it was kind of surrounding the whole discourse of Daredevil. It was the whole Daredevil Born Again season 2 chicanery. But Sana Amanat, who some of y'all might remember as the co-creator of Kamala Khan, well, she serves as a like producer and showrunner on Daredevil Born Again. And basically Jamie asked a question. Jamie asked a very important question. Like, and Sana has a very, very specific answer that I personally think gave the game away. And you can agree, you can disagree, I don't give a fuck. But the point is, that shit basically kind of told on this movie and what kind of time it's going to be on. So here, the interview is here. Got it. Let me pull this up on the screen for y'all. There it is. Okay. So, bam. Here we go. I'm going to pull this up.
That's a different kind of energy into the show that as soon as she comes in, it just feels...
Just for clarification.
I don't know. It's just...
She's talking about Jessica Jones being on the show right now. But
I think for me, I don't know. There's something that happened that we're very excited to show, but I can't say anything more than that.
She'll have some colleagues, fellow defenders joining her along the way.
No comment, but I will say I would love that. That'd be great. That'd be great.
And we've got coming up, a guy that's a 5-webbed figure, Spider-Man Brand New Day. The trailer's supposed to be coming out pretty soon. And that universe has a shared universe with Daredevil in terms of the location.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say when you guys were crafting together the timeline that it aligns and it syncs with Daredevil Born Again and the events that's happening with where Peter Parker is in Spider-Man?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to we dance a little bit between the raindrops, but it's fair to say that sort of the events that happen in season 2 are before what happens in Spider-Man, and so we're being very careful about the way that is. But there are some shared characters that go into Spider-Man, and so that's all I can say.
That white man said, "Don't look over here. Don't look over here." I'm not getting,
no.
I like my check. I like my check.
I'm just saying. So hey, shout out to Black Girl Nerd. Shout out to Jamie for breaking that. So yes, please believe I am not being conspiratorial when I say what I say. You saw, because here's the thing. The look that was on Sana's face when she got asked the question, she knew. Also, Mr. White Man, you saw the look that was on his face.
No, the look on his face said, "You ain't dragging me in this shit. I like my
He said,
check.
Nah,
I like my 401k." Since that woman brought up Defenders, and we know Jessica Jones gonna be a thing, but we also know that Luke Cage is a very busy man.
Mm-hmm.
How hurt would y'all be if y'all got fucking Iron Fist on there?
Well, actually, you know what? Did you see the news?
No. What
Okay.
news?
So here, also I got this from Black Girl Nerds. So let's run it back. I got to get through all the Chuck Norris stuff and all the other like news because I ain't gonna lie.
If all you finna do is pull up the fact that she said, "Yeah, Iron Fist is coming back," you can go ahead and leave that clip where it is.
No. It was
despicable. That is disgusting.
It was this. Finn Jones shares a new photo revealing that he's currently training in NYC. Daredevil Born Again season 3 is currently filming in NYC.
We don't want to see you big time. We don't want to see you. There have
I'm
been
just
several
saying.
other people that have taken the mantle of the Iron Fist. We need to see one of them. We ain't trying to see you.
Well, I mean, you look, you see what Jamie, you see what Jamie did. That was her response to it. Like, damn.
I appreciate it, but no thank you, sir.
No thank you. Keep your ass,
no thank you, bro.
Keep your ass over there,
bro.
pimping. But no, but once again, I just want to say, look at that white man. Look at that white man. See how he got the hands up? He like, it wasn't me. He said, man, I ain't saying shit.
Hey,
He's like, look. So look, when the red dot on show up on Sana's chest, that's him going to Kevin Feige. I ain't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I ain't say shit.
Yeah, he can just be a rich Danny Rand and it won't be a problem. Shang-Chi has been chilling, just waiting for a phone call. Let him go on over there, big dog. Let him go on over there.
Look, and you know what? I love the look on Sana's face because she's like, you better take this. Come on, take this L with me. Come on, take this L with me. Don't leave me out here like this.
No, that man said, no, this all you, sweetie. Black girls rock.
He's like, right? This motherfucker here. But no, so yeah, I say all that to say, like, I went through that whole screed to say that this isn't conspiratorial. There's other motherfuckers in this shot. Now, if there's not other motherfuckers in this shot, when the movie comes out, I will totally cop to it and just say, man, that was just some weird
it's clear somebody's there.
But yeah.
There have to be other people there to take your eyes off of that ugly ass pose that Spider-Man is doing. I thought that was a very uncomfortable looking ass pose.
I mean, can we keep it a stack? I think every pose that Spider-Man does is just unnatural and uncomfortable. But I mean, but I mean that's part and parcel of being Spider-Man. But no, the thing I really wanted to show just a little bit of love to is shit like this, how they were recreating covers, because this is a classic cover right here with for those who don't know, this is very likely Tarantula. If you couldn't tell by like the blades on his feet, I don't remember the exact cover of Spider-Man, but it's an old one that they did. They even went as far as to bring in the first appearance. They even went as far as to do the first appearance shot from Amazing Fantasy. They also did. Also, Carter, I hollered when I saw this one. I want to pull this up just for you because I know you and I both read this run. Man, they got Boomerang in this bitch.
Yeah, they do.
And I really want to know. I really want to know. Are they roommates in this?
I started laughing when I saw it because I was just like, bruh, I bet Boomerang's still wearing that goddamn Thunderbolts outfit. That shit was 20 plus years ago now. Them the only clean clothes he got.
That's all he got. That's all he got. Oh god. Yeah.
Fun fact for all of you all that don't know, that was a running gag for a minute.
Yeah.
Go back to Jeff Parker's Thunderbolts and Captain Boomerang was on that team. He didn't have any other clothes. So like you see him like 20 plus years later, he got his Captain Boomerang drip on, but you still see the Thunderbolt belt right there for no reason whatsoever. But if they are roommates, that would be interesting. But one thing I need a refresher on.
Go ahead, hit me.
Isn't Tombstone supposed to be in this?
Yes, yes. Tombs. Yeah. So okay, Tombstone is in this, as is the Scorpion, as we saw.
Yeah, we saw Voss toward the end there.
We saw him. So basically, and you know what? I saw somebody bring this up earlier. That would have been a nice title for this movie. Is the Deadly Foes of Spider-Man? I know they were referencing which cover, but like the Deadly Foes of Spider-Man, that would be a gangster ass title if someone actually acted right at Sony and knew what the fuck they were doing in regards.
They are acting right. That's why they teaming up Morbius and Craven and them to be the Deadly Foes of Spider-Man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, like, dude, like that's like, honestly, that's what I would do if y'all put me in charge of Spider-Man movies. Like, you know how like Sony was always trying to make those they were always trying to make those villain movies. That's what I would have done. I would not have done solo movies. I would have done a Deadly Foes of Spider-Man, Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I would have done shit like that, and then had like it would have been like just a whole gang of them motherfuckers like just in the movie, just together. Maybe not like working together, maybe working against each other, maybe even kind of like a little bit of both. But like, I would have. That's what I would have done. Like, don't do that fucking Craven bullshit. Don't do that fucking Morbius bullshit. Don't be giving me no movie about no one fucking villain. I don't care about that shit. I don't care about that fucking shit. I mean, I care about Clayface on the Batman side because of who is making it. That's the only reason I care about that Clayface.
Let's keep it a bug. No one cares about any of the characters you just brought up because the character y'all need to be concerned about, one of the greatest characters that Marvel has, they finally pulled their heads out of their asses and brought back to the forefront. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sentry is back. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Guardian of Good got a new #1 this week, and they completely retcon old girl that had his powers.
They sure did. They did not waste
Baby girl
time.
is just nowhere to be found.
Bruh, look. For those
was
that don't
such
know,
a violation, bro. That was such a violation.
For those that don't know, the Sentry dropped this week, and bruh, when I tell you, you know what that book basically did? It was like, Solaris who?
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I did not love what they did with that Sentry series. I thought it was a good idea that was executed poorly. Yeah. But when I tell you that, like, I really was hoping that Carter would be wrong about what would happen when and to be fair, I even co-signed it. Like it's not to say I was like, no, he's gonna be wrong. I knew he was going to be right. I just didn't want him to be right because if he was right, that would have been absolutely diabolical on Marvel's part because they literally gave a little disabled brown girl, the Sentry powers, but because that Thunderbolts movie took off like it did, they were like, yeah, get her. Yeah, that basically they hit her. Pocket sand. Like, get that shit up out my face.
That's double disrespect just to do it to a crippled child. You just pocket sand a baby in a wheelchair. The nerve of Marvel. The nerve.
They said
That girl wasn't doing nothing but working on her TikTok. And you the pocket fan this crippled baby. What's wrong with Marvel?
Oh my God, I hate it here.
Y'all been pocket saying that the OP crippled children.
I mean, but the thing is, but are we wrong? Are we wrong? Because that's exactly what the fuck they did. Now, I don't know. Maybe they'll clean it up later. Maybe. I don't know, but I doubt it. I honestly think they did that shit was like, yeah, man, fuck them. Fuck that shit, man.
Okay. So
they said, fuck them disableds. That's what they said. That wasn't me. That's what Marvel said.
What I laughed at was 2 books did a thing this week.
Oh, yeah.
Sentry being one and Batwoman being one.
Yeah.
What they do, Carter? Yeah. What they do, Carter? They completely ignored anything that happened with the character and continued what they had going on at the time.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, Carter? This Sentry book was just Paul Jenkins continuing the shit he did with Jay Lee back in the day.
No,
that's literally all that book is.
Where's
we just
the
gonna
line?
make sure that all the Avengers are wearing the current outfits. Okay, because this just reads like it was Sentry the new Avengers shit.
That's
just like
all
with Batwoman. With Batwoman, if you've been caught up with like the Outsiders and shit like that with Batwoman.
Mm-hmm.
All you need to read an elegy. All you need to read an elegy, and that's it. Because that's all Greg Rucka continued was just shit from elegy and just kept it moving. Like, bruh.
That I'm not gonna hold you to get 2 books doing that in the same week. And I want to make something clear. I actually think that it is well within every writer's, whatever. Yeah, they're well within their right to. If you want to ignore other storytelling because you want to finish the story that you were telling, I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem in execution sometimes. Now I will say, not every time that shit happens, I think it's good because I think we remember what I talked about last week when I brought up Black Lightning, Cold Dead Hands.
So here's what I'll say. I'll agree with you in saying that if you all want to ignore the shit that happened and then do your story, you have every right to do so.
Mm-hmm.
But we can still crack jokes on y'all asses.
Oh yeah, no.
That's funny as hell, bro.
It's open season.
Hilarious.
Oh no, it's open season like a motherfucker. And the reason why I say is because
Sentry shit. I didn't even, and y'all know I'm a Sentry fan. I didn't even know the book was coming out. I thought they was doing that shit like that Marvel Invincible Spider-Man shit earlier. I thought it was just the old comic. They just wanted to shit.
No.
Here's some new people can read the old shit, so y'all can go buy that Sentry omnibus. No, we just what? Solaris?
Solaris? Who is Solaris? So here's the thing. And for those wondering why I got so much smoke for Black Lightning, Cold Dead Hands, it's because Jenny Isabella doesn't like the idea. At least as far as I don't know, maybe her opinion on this has changed. She doesn't like the idea of thunder and lightning being a thing. Jefferson being like married, or not being married, but just like having like a family, like a superhero family, whatever. Basically being the Black Incredibles as or the chocolate covered Incredibles as Tobias Will once called them. And that motherfucker went welling out her way to be like, yeah, no, they ain't in this. They ain't in this. Or I think they get mentioned. I think they get mentioned in it. And I think maybe they pop up like at a certain point. It's been a while since I've read it, but like they're not a major factor in that book. At a time, which I want to remind people, that book came out while Black Lightning was on CW. So I mean, it would have been kind of nice to have that, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, moving along.
Yes.
Let's get into some super chats, and then we're gonna get into what we came here to talk about. I think that's a good usage.
Yeah, several. Let's do it.
Yeah. We got that'll be a good usage of our time. I think. Here, I'm gonna double check some real real quick, I think I actually have them all saved. So, bam, let's just start where we began. And we got, man, a lot of these are from Dongo Bango. Man, dude, I appreciate you. Thank you. First one says, I want the jingle and to annoy you again about bio meat nectar. I still have not gotten a chance. Like, I've been, when I tell you, I've been so fucking like busy. Oh my fucking God. Y'all have no idea. It's been so. I'll save it for later. But no, because I also want your thoughts on Steel Ball Run since episode 1 dropped a few days ago, and I want your thoughts on the new Spider-Man. Well, you got the thoughts on the new Spider-Man.
Well, you got the thoughts on Spidey.
Yeah.
Steel Ball Run, that's an Ernie question because I have never watched one episode of JoJo's. The only thing I know about JoJo's is it had the Jodeci joint as like an ending theme for one season. That's all I know about JoJo's.
Like for as much as I make jokes about JoJo's, I don't watch it that seriously. I've seen bits and pieces of JoJo's. I'm not a huge like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan, mostly because like when anime does weird shit with race and stereotypes, it makes it difficult for me to enjoy. And
I didn't even know JoJo's did that.
Yeah, JoJo's has an ugly history with like not, I don't know if it's as egregious as some other things I've seen, but like yeah, I don't know, man. It just but I will say I've not gotten a chance to mess with bio meat nectar yet. But I tell you what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. It's a diabolical ass name, but I mean, look, it just is. We just have to make do. We just have to make do.
So while you doing that, we got 2 super chats from Dango Bango, both of them for $1.99. The first one is he's talking to you this time. He said Jason isn't a zombie. He's an evil deadite. If that was the case, we only would have got one movie with Ash because he would have just got rocked after that. And then he had another one saying,
you know why though?
Why is that?
Did you ever see Jason Goes to Hell?
Yes. Because that movie made me mad and I cut it off.
Yeah, so the Necronomicon from Evil Dead is in the Voorhees house.
Is it?
Yes.
It's been so. I think I've seen that movie maybe twice because I get mad every time that black dude he just stares at the brain and then bites it.
I'm
like, why the fuck would you do that? It just made me mad.
He's like, and
I just remember the Kruger shit at the end. I didn't know the Necronomicon was in there.
Yeah, it's in there for like it's not a long shot, but I mean it's there long enough that you remember how like in Predator 2 they had like the wall of skulls and there's like the xenomorph skull that's on the wall and it got everybody like going ooh. It was the same energy. It was the exact same energy but yeah, the Necronomicon is it's inside the Voorhees house. And I mean, I accept that answer, but before that movie, Jason Lives came out because Jason Goes to Hell is part 9. Jason Lives is part 6. So he'll always be a zombie to me because they do not reference that shit ever again, ever in life, outside of that one thing. And if I remember correctly, there was no real actual meaning behind it. Like it was just a thing they did as a gag. But no. So I bet you the hate monger is in the movie. Marvel's not that brave. Marvel is not that brave.
Blerd Club Golden Age for 38 months. He said, in a Marvel universe where you both exist, you have to pick a woman from the X team or the Avengers to date. Who is the least problematic in your eyes from the Avengers or in the X team? The least problematic.
The least? Shit, man. They got all the motherfuckers are diabolical shit. I mean, yeah. Oh man, it's gonna sound so fucking terrible. No, it won't. You said I can pick from either the X-Men or the Avengers?
Yeah.
Oh, easy. Monica Rambeau.
Oh Lord. He said least problematic. Oh, you said Monica Rambeau. Never mind.
Yeah, I said, yeah.
I fucked up.
You
I
good,
started
you
thinking
good.
Captain Marvel. And was
No. Well, I mean, you would be correct because Captain Marvel, she used to be called Captain Marvel. So there you go.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
honestly,
where my mind went.
I can have my cake and eat it too. But yeah, Monica Rambeau.
Least problematic for the X-Men or for an X-Team or the Avengers. Shit.
I mean,
Rachel Summers, I guess.
I'll say, man,
yeah, I get you.
Death by Snoo Snoo was right there.
I'm
joking.
I know you don't want me to say She-Hulk. Shit.
Honestly, if not Monica Rambeau, I would have picked She-Hulk. So
okay. Shout out Dan with the 5. He said we getting Tarantula in an MCU movie. The shark has officially been jumped.
Okay, look, I'm not gonna hold you. I want to know who the fuck Keith David is voicing. That's what I want.
Me too. I saw somebody in the chat say that was Miles Warren, and that would be disgusting.
Oh God! See, I was hoping for Cardiac. I was hoping for Cardiac.
That could be interesting. That would be interesting to see. Dalton with the $4.99. He said, "Where we at with those Black Norman Osborn? I'm something of a nigga myself shirt."
Oh, you know what? Oh man. Okay, so this is why it's bad to have ADHD. I just got distracted. That's all. And sometimes I get distracted and don't come back around to a thing for a while. That is ultimately what happened there. But you know what? Now that you've reminded me, I will go back to it. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recolor them. Them. I've gotten a little bit better at coloring, so like I'm probably gonna recolor them and do something a little bit different. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
Also, we've got another one from Dongo Bango with the Winter Soldier doesn't count either. Wait, what are we talking? Oh, I think is this shit? What were we talking about right then and there?
Can't remember.
Because it wasn't that long ago. It was just a little bit ago. Yeah, it was like just 8 minutes ago. Oh, might have been talking about Problematic. Might have been talking about or maybe that was what it was. Problematic Avengers. I mean, yeah, but Bucky can't handle these cheeks anyway, so yeah, whatever.
Whoa.
Sorry.
What?
I'm just saying. Oh, got you. I get it now. I read them out of order. It was this one. It was for this one. It says Marvel has a history about being very anti-visible disabilities. Think long and hard about Marvel and when they've had an ongoing title with a visibly disabled character, and I do not mean the X-Men or Iron Man. No, Marvel does not really do visibly disabled characters. I mean, to be fair, look no further than Stan Lee's comments about Charles Xavier. Like, he made a really big stink about Charles Xavier being in a wheelchair. Like, that was like, which, I mean, to be fair, that was highly unusual at the time. But, and I think he even said something to the tune of, you can't have the leader of the X-Men be in a wheelchair. Or some shit along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, but no, what I would say is even some of my favorite heroes don't count. Like I love Daredevil. I know there's gonna be people like, ooh, what about Daredevil? Daredevil can see, just he can't see like everyone else. It's like he's disabled, but at the same time, he's kind of like the magical disabled. Like, yeah, you have the magical Negro trope. He's the magical disabled. Or the magical cripple, if you want to have something that rolls off the tongue a little bit better. Because while he is disabled, it's like, oh, all his other senses are magnified. He can't see, but technically he can because he's got radar sense because all his other senses and shit. It's like, that's not the same thing. No. Silhouette, and I don't expect a lot of people to remember Silhouette. Silhouette is the one character. She is the one character who I can think of off the top of my head who has always been or not, well, I won't say always, but she is disabled. She's visibly disabled, and she doesn't really have any kind of a mechanism like in relation to her powers that like, I mean, yeah, I guess technically you can say, well, she's got shadow powers. That means she can teleport wherever she wants to go, so it's easier for her to get around. But the thing is like, she's still got to walk on them crutches. Like, she's still got to walk on them crutches, like, at all times. Like, she can teleport wherever she wants. She still can't stand. She still can't stand up. Like, it's kind of like the thing that I thought was so wild about Solaris. You were talking about the Century. Solaris has, if I remember correctly, she has like a cerebral palsy. Mm-hmm. And basically she just, she can't like sometimes getting around is easy, sometimes getting around is difficult, and she's always in pain, so on and so forth. But she's also got Sentry powers, so that basically just makes everything okay. It's kind of that type of bullshit that usually bothers me. But like Silhouette was the first time I actually ever saw a real deal, like legitimately disabled character. Like, actually,
WizKid and Sword.
WizKid is another one, but WizKid is probably, other than Silhouette, WizKid, and you know what? I'm actually gonna buttress your point, Carter. I'm gonna show you something that's gonna buttress your point. You know the reason why I would actually be perfectly okay with anybody saying that Silhouette shouldn't count? It's because of this.
Okay. There's two things.
I would be like, you know what? I mean, she disabled, but man, she clearly getting around good as fuck. I mean, she getting around like super good. So I don't know. Okay. Man. So I feel like we are minimizing. I feel like we are minimizing by that. You know what I'm saying?
It's two things I want to comment on real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
First one is from Poshi. The question was, from the X team or Avengers team, who would you date that's the least problematic? You said date Domino and go play the lottery. Let me tell you why that is so wrong and ridiculously dumb on so many levels. Because the question was least problematic. Domino is absolutely the type to date you, play the lottery, win the lottery, and then leave you the next morning. That's problematic.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Domino. Like, you know how many bodies? Yeah, and I'm not talking about body count.
Thing I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah, I'm about to say no. Well, I mean, Domino.
Reading this right here. Oh boy.
Oh man, dude, Domino's out here. But no, Domino has laid down so many people. Domino is one of the, like, I know a lot of people like think about her pluckiness and how like goofy she acts sometimes, and she's always like out there girl bossing, but like.
Domino problematic as fuck.
No, Domino is a whole, like, she's not just like a whole problem. She is a whole conundrum. That woman, like that, she is way too well adjusted for how many people she has laid down. Like, she is not.
So many ways to take that.
You know what?
But there's another comment.
I accept all of them. There's
another comment I wanted to call out real quick from Highlight 915, because I've been laughing at this one for a minute now.
What
motherfucker said that Xavier with legs is OP.
Hey, and I ain't gonna hold you. Every time every single time that Xavier's had legs. Every single time that motherfucker's had legs, what has he been doing? What has Xavier been doing when he had legs? Ball-headed hoe shit.
If you think about it, that's wild. When he's crippled, you get like X-Men Legacy. You get Avengers versus X-Men, where he just gets got real quick. You get that motherfucker some legs, boy, you get a whole cocoon there out there.
Man, what? Suddenly that motherfucker got telekinesis. Because Carter, did you ever catch wind of that? How like Xavier's powers changed during Krakoa? Did you ever catch that shit?
Dog, I thought you were about to say, did you see how Xavier's powers changed when he got legs? I thought that's the comment.
Well, no, technically, yes. Technically, yes. Because so basically Charles Xavier It always used to be nebulous if he had telekinesis.
That's the Spotify title, by the way. Xavier's legs is OP.
Xavier's legs is OP. That's terrible. But no, we also got some Streamlabs joints that I want to hit.
Yes, we do.
Before we move on, and then we're going to talk about Green Lantern Corps. We got John Stewart with the 5. Says, I'm police. I'm police years old today, and just want to thank. I wonder if he meant to say something else. But whatever. We're just gonna take it.
I think he's saying. Oh, I think I get it. That's a very cheeky way to say it.
Oh,
5-0. 5-0. I think he's saying it. Yeah. Okay.
Man,
That's a cheeky way to say that. Okay.
You know,
I don't want to say cheeks anymore today. This has been. I don't want to say it anymore.
Wait.
He's out of line, but he's right.
You know,
No,
I get it.
Blerd has ruined cheeks for me today.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm police years old today. That's dope.
Yeah. And just want to thank Ernie Carter and chat for all the great times from from the Shadow Hoodie co-host to washing your damn hands. Best thing going since Saturday morning cartoons. Get them likes up, and I believe in Miss Gladys.
I don't know where that woman is after I was set up to be robbed. I have not seen her since.
Bruh.
Could Onslaught use Xavier's legs? No. That's why every time you saw him in Marvel vs. Capcom or in anything, he was floating. He was hovering.
Yeah.
He couldn't even use Xavier's legs. Could you imagine? You imagine how long the Onslaught saga was if he could actually use Xavier's legs?
Bruh. And then we got Fabric 86 with 5 says we'll get Invincible Fight Girl season 2 before another episode of Nerds of Culture. Damn, dude. You know what? I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I blame Robo, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Keep it moving.
I blame it because it ain't been me. It has not been me.
Thank you for the 5. But you know what? You actually reminded me of Fabric. What's going on with Invincible Fight Girl? I have not heard anything about this shit in a minute.
I have no idea. I thought they were I'm not gonna lie, I got really concerned with both Iyanu season 2 and Invincible Fight Girl.
That's what made me
2.
think about that. Yeah,
because so Iyanu season 2 is actually happening. We've seen evidence that it's actually. Literally, it's right there. But like Invincible Fight Girl, I'm like, bruh, like they said it was getting to season 2, but then they never I don't know if it's just taking a while or like what is going on. But yeah. I do have concerns. I and then also I missed this one because I think it got lost because shit.
Yeah, it got
real
lost.
fast. But Xriff says, happy Saturday, fellas. Get them damn likes up with the Blerd Club Silver. 66 months, bruh. Jesus. We also got Levester, the Samurai, with the 1999. Streamlabs Super Chat says, missing the cave is too nice outside to be in the house, but knowing this will annoy Carter eventually makes me happy. or makes me smile. Happy Saturday, everyone, and get them likes up. Y'all know what y'all gotta do.
If I remember correctly, Levester the Samurai was one that just had a child recently. So it makes me happy knowing if you are the one that has a child recently, it makes me happy knowing that when you get back in the house, you can't go to sleep because that newborn friend keep your ass up. Since you want to annoy me with this 1999 jingle, I'm happy you ain't getting no goddamn sleep. Ed Boy in the Cut has been in the Blerd Club for 20 months, the golden era of the Blerd Club. He said, what if Keith David is Norman Osborn? I doubt it. It would be interesting because that voice would be dope. That voice would be
diabolical.
But I don't want to get too excited and then he just be a cameo that was just there.
See,
so
you got to be careful with some of these people that they hire because I can't tell you how many times Marvel has hired some like A-lister.
Exactly.
Or like a legend, and then we get him in the movie, and who do they wind up playing?
Bro, we had Bruce Campbell not slanging hot dogs.
Right?
Like that was it. That was it.
We had Giancarlo Esposito as Sidewinder. Come on now. Throwaway character. So yeah, I feel like that's par for the course with them, with Marvel. Anyway, let's talk about Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
So some of you may remember we talked about this book kind of back. No, this motherfucker didn't say super pro. Lord, this motherfucker said he's super pro. Stop.
Ew,
Stop.
Keith David is Green Goblin.
Ugh. I mean, you know what? I would be here for it because the laugh would be hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you what my mind just went to.
Hilarious.
I blame Instagram for this. It showed me an old fight scene from the first Sam Raimi movie of Green Goblin doing a front flip toward Peter and then punching him in the face, but you see somebody pull the trampoline in the background out the scene.
Yeah,
I just pictured just Keith David cutting a front flip, just punching Tom Holland in the face. Ugh.
Honestly, I kind of want an homage to that. But no, some of you may remember a ways back, I did a video about the Green Lantern Corps when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And some of y'all might remember it because of this. Because I said, Guy Gardner is DEI. But the reason why I said it was for a good reason, because you had to look at the roster of characters. Look at this. You got Teen Lantern up top. You got Joe Mullen. You got Simon Bass. You got Jessica Cruz. You got Jon Stewart, for Christ's sake. There is like boom, 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 boom. That's 5 black and brown motherfuckers just sitting right all up top. Up top before we get down to a half Latino Kyle Rayner and then an all white Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner was the only.
He said, and Gary Owen out in front.
And Gary Owen, stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, if there's gonna be a white guy that's hanging around black folks, it would be Gary Owen.
It would be Gary Owen. Actually, it would be. God damn it. God. Well, now that you know what.
I love
James Gunn.
I love our fans,
you missed this opportunity. You missed this opportunity. And yes, Mike Manhattan said the rule of 3 has been but you know what? Man. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you why I was actually okay. I'm gonna say something controversial yet so brave. I was actually very concerned about this book when it was initially announced. I think Carter and I talked about this back when the book was first, even like before it even had come out, it was announced. I was like, man, there is no way DC is gonna let this book have all these Negroes in it, and just a sprinkle of whiteness, and just let this book go past 5 issues. I didn't believe it.
And we are currently on 14.
Yeah, this book 14 just came out. Like I think, like literally, and 15 is fast on the way.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, been pretty fucking good. Spoiler alert for how I feel about the book. So let's take it down. Let's take it all in. So basically, here I'm gonna pull this up, and here we'll do this. We'll do this. Let's zoom it. Let's zoom it back out. So we're talking about the Green Lantern Corps. Now, initially, with this book, you're kind of following in the aftermath of oh man, there was so much wild shit that was going on with the Green Lanterns. And look, let's keep it a stack. I couldn't tell you what all of it was because I didn't really fuck with Green Lantern like that. And when I say Green Lantern, I'm talking about the Hal Jordan shit. Like I generally speaking, I'm not the biggest Hal Jordan fan. So anytime I see a book where Hal Jordan, where he is Green Lantern, I am way less likely to read it. The only reason why I am such a big fan of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps series is because even though Hal's name is top billing, he's not really the main focus of that book.
Yeah, that was to get people to buy.
That was 100% to get people to buy that, like without question. And basically
it kind of is. Not to cut you off, Ernie. Highlight 915. I thought this was following War Journal. It kind of is.
It does.
I was like you.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason I wanted to pick this book up, is because I had Green Lantern War Journal, the John Stewart solo series.
Right.
But some of the stuff that happened in that book, some chunks of what happened in that book, when it pertains to John Stewart, they do get carried over into the Green Lantern Corps book.
They don't get addressed until like in full until a little bit later. But no, what you need to understand is that you had Civil Corps. Some people don't even. There's a lot of people don't even know that book happened. Carter, did you know that happened? Did you know about Civil Corps?
No.
Okay, there you go. So this was a Green Lantern story arc that took place in Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern book. Because a lot of people, like, for those who don't know, and I wanted to pull this up for a reason. Let me move this out the way. But Jeremy Adams and Morgan Hampton worked on this book initially, Green Lantern Corps. Jeremy Adams and Morgan Hampton shared writing duties. But after the Sorrow stuff, I think like right after all the Sorrow stuff and the Sun Eater business, whatever was done, Morgan has been the sole writer of the book. For those that do not know. But yes, the Civil Corps storyline, which it's why this is kind of important. So you had the Jeremy Adams Green Lantern. This is a timeline I'm giving you on this book. You had they had the Green Lantern book. What was it? What were they called them? The something universe something or the I forget the name of the organization because honestly I don't give a fuck about them. But there's an organization. Somebody will probably say it in the chat. They basically were like, "Hey, y'all gotta get them rings up. Get them rings up. Boom. No more rings. No more rings." And but basically Hal Jordan and the Jeremy Adams Green Lantern. Obviously, you're not gonna have a book about a Green Lantern that don't have a fucking ring. That shit just ain't gonna go. So obviously Hal Jordan still had a ring. Sinestro was hanging around, but Sinestro had no ring. And we also know, like, during like Absolute Power, the power battery stuff was going on, or whatever. There was all that crazy.
Nobody had rings right now.
Nobody
didn't have a ring. Nobody. Had a ring.
So and by the time you get to Green Lantern Corps, because that's also the other thing that this book does not tell you on the cover, is that Sinestro is also part of the Green Lantern Corps. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. The timeline on how all this falls into place is nebulous to me, because while I did go back and read some of the, like, I actually went and looked up the issues that had Sinestro in them. I went back and looked, and I don't remember seeing even in the Civil Corps shit. I actually don't remember seeing anything where like Sinestro talks about how he got his ring back, or why he has a Green Lantern. I mean, he talks about why he has a Green Lantern ring as opposed to having a Yellow Lantern ring. But like the idea, like it's like I said, it's a thing that's more addressed in this than it is anywhere else. Like if you want to go, like I'm mostly saying this for people who want to go back and be like, ooh, let me go back and read all this other Green Lantern so I can see if I can figure out what happened. First off,
pocket sand.
You ain't gonna get it. It's just read this and it'll make sense. Just read this, it'll make sense. Just it's mostly addressed in this. But you have a new Green Lantern Corps mandate now. Jessica Cruz is, because that's also the other thing. There are no more the Guardians, the big ball blue-headed folks. They're not around. That's a wrap. So basically, you have this Corps. Everybody is working together. All the Green Lanterns are there. Everybody's present. The only Green Lantern who does not appear in this series is Hal Jordan. And that's why I like this book so much. I am so glad that Hal Jordan is not there. I cannot tell you how happy I am that he is not there. But once again, as I said earlier, Sinestro is there. He is there. He is a Green Lantern again, at least up to a point. And the whole thing is that because right now, all the other lantern spectrums have kind of been fucked off. Nobody really has power anymore like that. The Green Lanterns are really the only ones that still have like an active like power battery or whatever. And then you end up finding out that the other Lantern spectrums are slowly coming back. And wouldn't you know who won the pony? The fear spectrum is the one that comes back first. We end up they end up going to Starfire's home world. And apparently someone from her world has become a new wielder of the spectrum of fear. But yeah, and I don't want to go too much further past that, but like basically this woman does not understand exactly what is happening to her. She doesn't realize what's going on. This power has just kind of chosen her, and now she has to like deal with it. And of course, who better to help her understand how to control the spectrum of fear than the guy who is literally the fucking master of it?
The core is named after.
Right. This, like, literally the Sinestro, like, because they're not called I mean, yeah, they are Yellow Lanterns, but they are always called Sinestro Corps more than they are called Yellow Lanterns. But that said, wait, why don't I like Hal? Because he's boring. He's basic. I just don't like him. He just ain't it. I think there's better Green Lanterns. I think that both better and more interesting Green Lanterns. You need look no further than Jon Stewart to see that shit. Like Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, Joe Mullen, hell, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz. Literally everybody that is in this book is more interesting to me than Hal Jordan is. It's not even like the type of hate that I have for certain other characters. It's more that I just don't give a fuck about Hal. I'm just like, dude, go on somewhere.
I want to say this real quick since you just made that comment about the other characters you just named off being more interesting.
Hal's is interesting.
As interesting as boiled water.
Yeah, I'd say that. Also, this,
he's also pretty trifling shit. You also got to put that on Miss Ferris as well when it came to them fucking sorrow lanterns in this book. The one thing I will say about this book that, and then I'll let you continue because I want you to get all the good vibes out of your system before I bring up my nitpicks. I hate that it took this long to have these interesting characters in one book. I hate that it took this long for as long as some of these characters have been around for a Green Lantern Corps book to come along and give them their spotlight in a sense because
well, they did it during New 52, but I mean, New 52, your mileage is going to vary with Green Lantern Corps New 52, so yeah.
And that's my thing, is like, up until this book, you didn't really have a reason to care about Simon Baz. You really didn't have a reason to care about Jessica Cruz. That was just the girl that got turned into a lantern during Forever Evil when the evil power ring took her ass over.
They tried with Green Lanterns. Plural.
But here's my thing though. Yeah. I don't feel like it was as successful as it is now. That's my main thing. I hate that it took so long for you to finally give us a book to make us care about these people.
Yeah, that I'll give you that. Well, because here's the problem with Green Lanterns. I think Green Lanterns sold well because I mean it hung around for a while, but I don't feel like people were talking about the book as often enough to where DC felt any kind of compulsion to, like, okay, case one, we all know what DC will do for their white superheroes. We know what they'll do. They'll give them 2.5 years to find their footing. We know this. We know this because we've literally seen them do this. We know. There's no way. They're never beating the charges on that one. Now that said, to my understanding, they got about 6 trades out of Green Lanterns during the Rebirth era, which I thought was like, honestly, I think like if you like characters like Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz, that's like that right there is gonna be like that's practically the golden age for both of those characters, being able to have space. But one thing that to kind of go back to what you were talking about with the Green Lantern Corps, that was the thing I actually really did appreciate, was that in this story, as we see here, because as we're talking about Simon and Jessica, I love the fact that like when we in here, actually let's enhance. What I loved about this was a lot of the callbacks to that original Green Lanterns series. The fact that Jessica, for those that don't remember, Jessica used to be a whole shut-in. I think what's the term they use for it? Is it called like agoraphobia? Like fear of like going outside. I think that's the one. I might be misremembering which fear that is. But like basically she was the woman in the window. She didn't want to come outside. She didn't want to go outside. She was completely racked by fear. And she managed to take the Green Lantern power of powering, which was basically literally everything that would kind of play more into her fears. And she was able to overcome that shit. And, she's come a long way. And while technically she is still shown to be dealing with some shit in this series, but now she has a whole other problem. Now she's the leader. Like, whereas during Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps, John Stewart was leading the Corps. Now, because of some other stuff that was going on related to Green Lantern War Journal, and some of y'all might remember the Green Lantern Emerald Knight series, John Stewart has a unique situation that we'll get to here in a minute. But Jessica is the one that's calling the shots now. She's the one that's in charge of everything. And, I like how this all kind of came into being. I like the fact that, Simon is out here putting respect on her name. And, it kind of showing, that kind of buddy cop friendship that they had going back to the Green Lanterns Rebirth series. I really like that. I think there was a really good job done here on that. The homework was done. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Dongo. Thank you, Dongo. That's exact. So yeah, she's agoraphobic with severe generalized anxiety disorder. So yeah, Jessica was dealing with a lot. She was dealing with a lot. And I think that is really important to take note of. We also have to take note of the fact that, she also has a support system around her, built around her to help her, to try and, ensure that, she is going to succeed. And and all that entails. But then, we also have to take stock of the fact that, as we said earlier, other characters are still going to pull up. Other characters are still going to pull up in this, because once again, it's not just, even though the book is called Green Lantern Corps, as you go along, it becomes less about the Green Lanterns and more about the Lantern.
This is the Lantern Corps. Period. Yeah.
Like, take Green Lantern the fuck off the book. Just say this book literally should. But I think Lantern Corps probably would not have sold as well. But like, this book is really more about the Corps because lanterns. Yeah. Disgusting. Yeah. But no, we have characters like Atrocitus. Atrocitus shows up. As does oh my god, I forget dude's name.
Who?
But the big head
what
dude.
Color?
He's Red Lantern. The big head guy.
Mogo.
Zilius Zox. That was his name.
Zilius.
Zilius.
Yeah, Zilius.
Yeah,
Zilius.
yeah. Oh, Mogo.
He's the-
Yes.
oh,
yeah. Mogo does also show. Yeah, obvious. Yeah.
But yeah, Atrocitus is basically torturing the one Red Lantern who has power left, and he's using him as a power source
Yes.
for his own stuff. This is one of the first arcs in Green Lantern Corps.
Yes.
And he was one of the more fan favorite characters in the original Red Lanterns book from New 52. I would give you grace if you didn't read that book. You didn't miss a whole lot till the end.
God damn.
But it was good to see Zilius again.
Yeah,
except he was being tortured, so that was the only thing. Yeah.
That was the bad part. Well, and the thing is, you kind of had to feel for both characters in this because you could tell Atrocitus was trying to rebuild his ranks for maybe the right reasons, but at the cost of Zilius was kind of nasty work. But also, this book is going to cement a relationship that I think a lot of fans from the like if you were a fan here, let's pull this up. If you were a fan of the old Justice League Unlimited series, because everybody loves seeing John Stewart and Hawk Girl, kind of being like close and all that good shit. Well, the thing about that was never really much of a thing in like DC Comics, like in the actual books. That was more of a cartoon thing. But here they kind of bring that more to the limelight because like I even went back. I was looking. I was like Cher and John don't really have much in the way of interactions in the comics, but here they have more of a history. They kind of like
up the animated series real quick. I want to bring up another animated series because somebody just asked this question. Mike Manhattan, are Raisin and Aya canon to the main universe yet? So one of the other Green Lanterns that Ernie didn't bring up because he was letting you all know just what this book is about. Razor is in the DC universe right now, and Razor is actually, he went from being a Red Lantern to now he is currently dealing with, long story short, he's a Green Lantern right now. He's actually in the Green Lantern Corps book, and he's struggling trying to find his place, coming from being a Red Lantern to now he is a Green Lantern. But yeah, they're both.
He does kind of jump back and forth though.
Yes,
he does jump back and forth, like,
and that's when the book becomes less Green Lanterns and more fucking lanterns. But yeah, what happened to the Red Lanterns? All of the lanterns, with the exception of like the green ones right now, they all basically lost their entities because those entities were in the source wall and other Green Lantern. You should have been reading them book ramifications. But as the main thing to focus on, Jeremiah, is just that every lantern is gone with the exception of the green ones.
Everybody.
And now shenanigans.
like the fact that Sinestro came back as a Green Lantern as opposed to a Yellow Lantern should be literally like this right here. The fact that he literally is because
he's one of them ones. That's why he's sitting there posing like that. He can just go from yellow to green whenever.
Right. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, because I mean, you got to remember, Sinestro used to be the Green Lantern. He was like literally the guy who was supposed to be like the poster child for the Green Lantern Corps.
Dog in him.
Yeah, right. He did. Yeah. He had that dog in him, and like I'm sorry, but and like I said, you get a little bit of dialogue that kind of goes into like kind of the why and the how, but like as the book, because like okay, I will say. You were gonna say you had some nitpicks. I do have some nitpicks about the book, but I'm gonna wait till you talk about them before I really bring them up. I'm just gonna kind of skip over into some of the other stuff that just real quick because my nitpick starts in the middle and ends in the middle. That's where my nitpick kind of lies.
Hal was not dating Sinestro's daughter. That was Kyle, I believe.
Yeah, Kyle was dating, which let's keep it going. Because there is something that comes up, but honestly, I'd rather y'all see it for yourself because I think it literally just happened. But but no, what I like about this book, and it does something like because Carter, you say you didn't read Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps, right?
No.
Okay,
No, I did
so
not.
I'm gonna tell you something that this book does that I love. That technically we've seen before, but we're
Mhm.
seeing it on a bigger scale. I'm not gonna go into the whys and the hows and all that other shit, but just know. And by the way, for those that were asking, this is kind of what leads into it. So we were talking about Razor earlier and Aya and whatnot. Which, by the way, boom, it's kind of like right there. Boom, you got all that right there. So yeah, they are very much canon. But what I love about this is that this series. Whereas Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps tried to explore what would happen if the Yellow Lanterns and the Green Lanterns tried to share Oa. This book says, hey, let's not double down on that. Let's not even triple down on that. Let's not even quadruple down on that. Let's quintuple down on that bullshit. And that's one of the things I really love about this so far is that all the Lantern Corps are now trying to figure out how the fuck to work together. They are sharing the planet of Oa and all that entails. They are having to make peace with one another and try not to kill each other. That is largely what is going on with the Green Lantern Corps book as a whole. Like here, I want to pull this up. Like you can see right here, by the time you get kind of later into the book, you see all of them goddamn power batteries just up there chilling.
Yeah.
Like I said, you see everything: blue, green, yellow, red, orange. The star sapphires are hanging around or some shit. Yeah, everybody is just kind of in there just chilling. Well, I won't say chilling because technically ain't nobody really chilling. Everybody's kind of like pissy with each other. But yeah, like the fact that Larfleeze is involved in the shit is just wild to me. But but they are trying to find some kind of way to live in peace, to try and make the shit work. And it's only a matter of time before this shit falls apart. But the reason why I think this book works for me is because this book feels like Star Trek. And that's not a reach because both Morgan and Jeremy Adams have said on separate occasions, multiple and separate occasions, that was that was kind of the idea, to have issues where you focus more on, like, even though you have this huge cast of characters, just like how Star Trek, there's always an episode for every character, like or there's an episode where there's a bunch of shit going on for everybody, but there's always one character that's got a little bit more focus than everybody else. And this book leans into that. It leans into that. And I also, to talk about, I saw some of y'all mention War Journal earlier. Yes, War Journal is addressed. But I want to save that for after we talk about some nitpicks. Carter, go ahead. I want you to start. Because I'm curious to see if yours is
really,
the same as mine.
I have two. And one of them we've already talked about and alluded to and made a joke about, is that this book slowly but surely just became less of a Green Lantern Corps book and just a every Lantern Corps book. And again, that's just a nitpick. But I will say, if you were somebody that was coming into that book, like somebody else was, I can't remember what your name was, but you and I were in the same boat. Coming from War Journal to this, and then it just became a every Lantern Corps book. It reminded me of the New Guardians, when that book was just an every Lantern Corps book. Even though you got the White Lantern right there, who shouldn't need nobody, we got all the New Guardians and shit right there. But that's a little bit of a nitpick for me. It's just that it slowly just became an every Lantern Corps book. And the other one is the one thing that always bugs me when books do this, because I feel like if people are spending their money on a book, they should be getting a complete story and have that story continue in that book they've spent money on. And basically what I'm getting at is,
you're about to hit my nitpick.
It's doing that thing that I didn't like about Jonathan Hickman's Avengers run, because New Avengers was a fantastic book. And then You got a to be continued that was not continued in New Avengers. You had to go read a regular Avengers, and then you had to ping pong back and forth from book to book to book to try to get your complete story, as opposed to just spending money on the one book that you wanted to read from the jump. So there were several instances where I would get to the end of Green Lantern Corps, and to figure out what was going to happen, I didn't have to wait for the next Green Lantern Corps book. I had to go back to the shop, or now I got to go pick up Green Lantern to figure out what's happening in Green Lantern Corps. And that's always been one of the things that I've never liked. It's just, if you're buying Green Lantern Corps, you should be getting your story in Green Lantern Corps. You shouldn't have to be forced to go buy another book just to get the complete story that started in the book that you really wanted from the jump. So those are my two big ones.
So I'm gonna tell you what my experience was with that. So what Carter is alluding to, the storyline in question. Some of you probably remember the whole, what was it? The Sorrow, was it the Sorrow Lantern or whatever the fuck? Grief Lantern or whatever the fuck they were calling it.
It was the Sorrow Lanterns. Yep.
Okay. So I liked that. I liked that storyline. Don't get me wrong. I was all for that storyline. I was not against it. However, that storyline kind of builds over into something else. So, like, by the time you get to Green Lantern Corps number 7, and this is why I had to do a little bit of a double take when I was reading it. Yeah. So, like, here, just for transparency's sake, I want to pull up a couple of images so you can see what I saw. All right, so when I was reading Green Lantern Corps, I was reading it and I was like, oh, yeah, like I got to issue 6. And I was like, man, yeah, Green Lantern Corps, issue 6. All right, dude. And that's the one where it's like, oh, it's Mogo. They're doing the whole thing where they're going to the trauma that Mogo has been going through. And also not just the trauma of Mogo, the trauma that Jessica Cruz is still going through, and how Joe is trying to like help her through. All that shit I thought was fire. No pun intended for all the shit that's going on the page. But I was like, dude, that's gangster. I like that shit. I was like, chef's kiss. Love to fucking see it.
Yep.
So when I finished that issue, imagine my surprise when I looked at the cover and I saw this. Now, I want to see if y'all notice the problem. I want to see if y'all notice the problem first. I'm going to give y'all a few seconds, just a few seconds. I want to give y'all just a few seconds to see if you notice anything strange. Here, I'm going to just let them cook, Carter. You got to let them cook.
Well, you got to remember the audio files. They can't.
You know what? So here, no. We're gonna give the visual files. We're gonna give the visual files the first nod, but then I'll explain it for the audio files. So here we go. I'm waiting to see. I don't see anyone say it. I haven't seen anyone say it yet. No one has said it yet. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to enhance, and I'm going to show you exactly what my problem was. Let's scoot over here. Let's highlight that.
The Starbreaker Supremacy Part 2.
Now, I know what y'all guys are thinking. Oh, Blerd, you misread that. You thought you pulled up the cover for Green Lantern Corps number 7. That's actually Green Lantern Corps number 8. You would be incorrect. You would be incorrect because I would then just pull this up. So that we jumped from 6 to 7. And we are now in the middle of a 6-part, or not the middle. We're on the second part of a 6-part storyline. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Well, Blerd, you could just go read because basically this is what's happening. Let me explain what's happening here. Let me explain what's happening here and why it is so diabolical. Because you see here, when we get into this, you see that? Next, the Starbreaker Supremacy begins in Green Lantern number 25. Here, let's enhance, Carter. Let's enhance. Here, let me get in here and enhance this up a little bit for you. Bam, there we go. Yeah, that was my problem. Because it was like because I'm not gonna hold you. I wasn't reading Green Lantern. So when I just started, like when I saw the whole Star, I didn't even pay attention to the whole Star Breaker, whatever the fuck, part 2.
Yeah.
I wasn't even paying that shit no mind. I was just reading the books. I was like, I just fucking enjoy the book. So then when I started, as I was reading, I was like, I feel like I missed something. And then like and that was when I flipped to the front of the book again, and I was like, oh, and then I went ahead, I just kept reading anyway. And when I got to the end and I saw, go read Green Lantern number 25 for the rest, and I was like, but I don't want to. So you know what I did, Carter?
Was that?
I just kept reading Green Lantern Corps.
Just kept reading. Okay, yeah. So
but no. But I'm not done yet. I'm not fucking done yet, because I'm gonna tell you why I'm still mad about that. Like, because honestly, if that was the only issue, like, because I know what some people are thinking, Blerd, why are you acting brand new about comics jumping storylines from one book to another like adjacent book? Man, it's not that big a deal.
Yes,
Yes, it is, and I'm gonna tell you why. And you know what? I at the risk of getting in some trouble, I'm gonna spoil something that happens in the series. So there is a major death that happens, and I'm actually gonna put air quotes on major because it's Carter knows what I'm talking about. There is a death. I'll just put it like this: there is a death that occurs in this book, and it doesn't happen in the Green Lantern Corps book. It happens in the Green Lantern book, and it's a death of a character who has been in the goddamn Green Lantern Corps book the whole time. I was like, this is fucking diabolical. I was like, bruh.
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I was like, this is fucking diabolical. Diabolical. I was like, y'all, because, and I'm gonna tell you how I figured it out. Because as I told you earlier, I was just skipping Green Lantern, saying, you know what? I was like, I don't really give a fuck about, the whole overarching narrative of the storyline. I just care about the Green Lantern Corps shit. So I'm just going to read the Green Lantern Corps shit. If I miss something, I'll go back maybe at some point, maybe look it up and see what happens, but I don't care enough to fucking read it. And then sure as shit, I get to that next issue of Green Lantern Corps, and I won't say what character it is. Shit, actually, we're going to talk about okay,
it's John Stewart.
John Stewart sacrifices himself to stop the Sun Eaters. That's basically what happens. Now, here's the thing. So, yes, that happens, but it happens, I think, in Green Lantern number like 26 or 27 or some shit like that, I think. So because I was skipping, I didn't really get the full story. And then when I got to the next issue of Green Lantern Corps, they were talking about John in the past tense. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, wait a minute, you gonna take the motherfucker out? Not even in his own book.
And I see a lot of y'all are shocked and saying, what, are you serious? Of course, the best Lantern sacrifices himself. I think you all are forgetting the conversation we had earlier in the show. He has legs. He's OP. John Stewart's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's got legs. He's that, honestly, he's tournament banned.
He's got legs. He's okay.
He's tournament banned. Okay, the reason why it's actually not as big a sacrifice as you might think is because of some shit that went down in Green Lantern Emerald Knight.
Yeah.
Some of you, I would forgive you if you didn't read this because this book did not get advertised very much. I've talked about it before. Yes, we do see the body. We do see John actually go down. We do actually see John go to the upper room. We do see John go to glory. But that said, this was in Green Lantern number 27. Yeah, Green Lantern number 27. Where all this basically kind of goes down. But yeah, basically John puts himself in the power battery and basically he even does like the heroic sacrifice thing, gives like the, hey, tell Hal something for me, would you? Tell him it's my turn to pick up the tab. And they're like, John, stop! And he goes in the power battery and basically he blows up the power battery.
Yes, he did. So Yuri G, he had an OD power buff. He didn't even need a ring for his construction.
He was the ring. He was the ring.
He was the ring. Yeah,
John was the ring.
John was busted. John was broken as fuck. That's why I read War Journal. John Stewart was broken as hell during this time.
That motherfucker literally was like, John cannot be in any tournament. He could not be in any tournament. But so, okay, so now I know what you guys are thinking, but wait a minute, wait. So they killed off John. Why have I not heard about this? Why have I not been hearing more people talk about Jon Stewart being killed off? And he's literally like one of the most popular Green Lanterns of all time. This is bullshit. I know what you're thinking. Well, like I said earlier, Green Lantern Emerald Knight was a thing. So John is actually not dead, but it also kind of makes some shit that happened in War Journal seem, I'm not going to say less consequential, but it does kind of make it seem like the stakes were a little bit lower. And it's the fact that the Jon Stewart you were following in Green Lantern War Journal is not actually Jon Stewart. This
Shadow clones, ladies and gentlemen. Shadow clones in the building.
That motherfucker went
clones.
Yes, this is a shadow clone.
Person. He said he threw up GD and DL real quick. Yeah.
But so anyone, but see, and the thing is, here's the thing.
There's no we, Barry.
It says James Stewart. It says James Stewart. But no, here's the thing. Yes, we knew he split, but there's a lot of motherfuckers that didn't read.
Did not know that.
Green Lantern Emerald Knight. There's a lot of people didn't read Emerald Knight. There's a lot of people who didn't even read War Journal. So I actually did encounter folks at the shop who weren't keeping up with every Green Lantern book that were fucking surprised. They were like, nah, bro, stop. They're like, stop. There is no
Why they
fucking
killed the
way.
one from the cartoon? That was my favorite one. They
Yeah,
they didn't know about the Shadow Clone.
They didn't know. They did not know about it. Yet during Emerald Knight, Jon Stewart basically split himself because basically he wanted to go live his life, but still like, have
Y'all still
somebody
got your
there.
lantern, but in the word in something I've always seen in Street Fighter 2, y'all got y'all lantern, but I'm finna go over here and be a family man. That's what he did.
That's basically because basically what they did, like about almost as quickly as they killed off this version of Jon Stewart. I want to say like almost immediately after, because if memory serves, and it doesn't always, but sometimes it does. In part 6 of the Starbreaker supremacy, we find out that John, he's still chilling. He's still chilling. He out there still doing his thing. He got the old like good natural. He got
That's the weirdest thing about seeing him now is like that's Jon Stewart.
Yeah, that's Jon Stewart now.
With all of this, with
Also,
the Green Lantern drip on is the funniest shit.
Oh yeah, that man. I was like, bro, you need to go to the barber.
Comb and a shave, my guy.
Look, I ain't gonna hold you. The first time I saw him, I wasn't really paying as much attention. So I was like, damn, when Luke Cage get in the book? I was like, damn, man, Power Man in this motherfucker. Ain't that about a bitch?
We are issue 14 in right now. And that motherfucker has still not gone to Nan Barber shop.
Man.
He ain't put the beard butter in there. He ain't put a comb through it. Jon Stewart is at the point right now to where if he tries to put a comb, you gonna hear ouch.
Yeah, like look.
Okay, I'm so happy you pulled this up. Like,
yeah, look at my man's. Look at my
man. And he worried about the suit. He worried about the suit.
Right? I was like, bruh. I was like, the suit ain't the problem. I was like, look, first off, with all that power, you mean tell me John couldn't will a goddamn black barber? Oh, come on now. Come on. Well, okay. Also, that's the other thing. So I'm going to call bullshit because here's the thing. John figured out how to create a clone, like a construct,
Yes.
of his baby sister.
Yep. Shout out to Ellie.
Yeah, which by the way, Ellie is still around. She is still around.
She's a blue. She's a fucking blue lantern.
She's a Blue Lantern now.
A green construct
is a
is a
Blue
fucking
Lantern.
Blue Lantern.
Okay, so for those,
This book is ridiculous.
And you know what? I fucking love it. I fucking
in the best way.
In the best way.
I was not saying that as a negative.
No. It's not a bad
funny
thing. I don't want anyone to think that like, oh, y'all shitting on the book. No, we're not shitting on the book.
No,
this is real talk.
Joe, Far Sector Original.
Yes.
She's the Orange Lantern right now, I believe.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
no,
Forget
during the Starbreaker shit, she was
during the
an Orange Lantern.
Starbreaker shit, yeah, because everybody's
she's an
shit
Orange
kind of
Lantern.
flipped. Everybody, because that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Sinestro's back to being a Yellow Lantern again.
Yeah,
But,
Guy was a Purple Lantern.
But like, if you go like to here, like old girl right here, that's John's baby sister that died like 5 ever ago. If you read Green Lantern War Journal, you saw how like basically, because what was going on is John's mother was going through it. Like she had like dementia. And basically that was also kind of why
thought the little girl was still, she thought she was still alive.
Yeah, so basically he created an actual living person. Like he created a living construct, and the thing is, even though that John is gone, she is still there. That's how powerful. That's how powerful John was. That he created some shit that is still walking around and fighting the good fight.
Because that's how powerful her willpower is.
Right.
Now we getting into confusing as hell territory here. Don't question it. Don't ask no question.
Do not.
Don't ask Morgan Hampton what brick he snorted when he thought about it. Don't ask him nothing.
Well, I mean, look, as far as I'm concerned, I love it because, like I said, okay, Carter, you know how people say, yeah, our book is going to be kind of like this, or it's going to kind of be like that, or it's going to be like this thing, or it's going to be like that thing. And it's usually never really like the thing.
Yeah. There you go, Daria. I'm too confused to ask questions. Then you do what Barry said. Just roll with it. Just roll with it.
Basically, just go. Don't look, let me tell you something. The more you sit there trying to make it make sense, the more confused you gon' feel. Yes, remember how, Triple Dot just said it. Remember what I used to say on the channel all the time? I don't say it as much anymore, but like basically it's still the same energy. It was the original pocket saying of the channel because comic books.
Because comic books. Just be confused and roll with it. Unless they continue your confusion in a book your ass ain't even thinking about buying. Then you can be mad. Then you can be pissed. I completely understand your frustrations at that point.
Right. While you slept, the lanterns changed. Yeah, it's really it. And the emotional spectrum. I ain't got to explain shit. They literally do that shit in the book. The thing is, I love it because honestly, I don't want to know why. Like, because I was actually talking to somebody about this the other day on Threads, talking about how like heavy spoilers and like new rock stars have basically ruined nerd discourse. Because now people like, man, do you know that like there were people out there that were legit confused, Carter? About Banner looking normal again?
Oh.
In the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer?
Yeah.
It's like, if y'all just would have watched She-Hulk, you'd have known.
No, I mean, shit, look what I said about Tom Holland getting the natural webbing and shit now. People just think they're trying to more so sync it with the Raimi movies, not that it's actually a book.
It's a book. Yeah, it's a storyline that's actually from the comics. I'm sick and tired of all those fucking channels because they literally have ruined everything. Everything they have fucking touched is now rent. I'm so fucking tired of it.
Here for the story, not for the wise. I respect it.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, yeah. Yeah, that like honestly, that like, hey, you know what? Honestly, I feel like if you really just want to know why, I actually feel like if you keep reading, maybe eventually you'll get some of those answers. I like it, but I would actually be perfectly okay if it wasn't explained at all because some things I think when you demystify them, sometimes they become stupid. And I actually kind of prefer this just being weird and crazy. Like, you know what? I didn't want to tell, and I think Morgan might. I know Morgan was. I think Morgan was in here earlier. I think, but I do want to say, I don't want Morgan to get the big head, but like, it kind of reminded me of like some shit that Grant Morrison would have done. Just would have just did that shit and be like, I don't know, comic books, motherfucker. Keep reading. Yeah, that's some gangster shit. Bring back because comic book. I mean, yeah. That I'll fuck it. Yeah, your shit. Why not? But yeah, Planet Hulk. Cough. Planet Hulk. Dude, they literally because like there were folks who were trying to figure out why Hulk didn't have the baby arm anymore, and I was like, bruh, y'all really just telling me y'all didn't watch She-Hulk. Y'all really telling me y'all didn't watch She-Hulk. Y'all really sit up here looking me dead ass in my face and telling me y'all did. Oh, that was the other thing. Shit. When folks were talking about what was it? Remember with Black Panther. Remember how folks were talking about, like, remember that trailer they did for Avengers Doomsday and M'Baku introduced himself as the king of Wakanda? And everybody's like, what? When did that happen? I was like, y'all didn't watch Wakanda Forever, and I'm embarrassed for y'all. I said,
Speaking
some of y'all,
Hulk.
yeah. What's up?
Speaking of Hulk, I wanted to ask you, have you read the newest Infernal Hulk?
I haven't read it yet. That's my next thing to read.
With the Infernal Hulk squaring up with the one above all. They got the Hulk fighting Jesus. That's what I heard somebody say.
Look, wait, what's that? Where dude like down low? He like get ready to fight. Is that how? Wait a minute. Hold up.
That comic is wild. Hulk. This Hulk war is going to be a very interesting thing to see. Like I feel like this should have
Carter,
been the.
Why you telling me Infernal Hulk like this in the book? Why you telling me he like this in the book? He like, all right, man, come on, man. What you got?
Lord have mercy.
But no.
I was wondering. But
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, Bird Nerd, we did not have Nerds of Culture this week. We were going to talk about it, but then Robo canceled because he's been doing a lot of like extra shit on the side and basically had to learn about his mortality. Robo had to learn he was in fact not a robot. He is actually human and is not the young buck he used to be. So he ended up not being physically capable of being on the show. I was originally gonna just go live by myself, but like then I realized that the kid wasn't home and that we had the house to ourselves. I was like, you know what?
Too much information.
I'd rather not. So yeah, anyway. Yes, Jerome, his back went out again. Yes. Yep. I told him, I was like, dude, you ain't no young man no more. You doing too much.
Oh, Lord.
Because he's been, I can't tell you everything he was doing because some of it is, stuff that that should not be repeated. But Robo's been doing a lot of activism and a lot of DSA stuff, and a lot of it is physical in nature. So I just told him, I was like, hey, as I sit your rabbit ass down and calm down because I see you doing too much. Yeah. But no, what I will say is, if you are someone who likes Star Trek, if you like Star Trek, especially if you like Deep Space Nine, if you're a fan of like shit like Star Trek Deep Space Nine or Star Trek Voyager, I think that Green Lantern Corps is a phenomenal book for you to read. It's like literally having Star Trek in DC Comics without having Star Trek in DC Comics. It's literally the same energy, the same vibes. A lot of the shots in the book kind of feel like something you would see in Star Trek. A lot of the problems they're dealing with are things that you would see in Star Trek. That's also another thing I love too, is that like the character development that they're giving for a lot of the some characters you wouldn't expect. Like Fatality comes back.
Yeah.
They have another new interesting character that shows up alongside her that I thought was handled pretty interestingly as well. I'll never look at water the same way ever again.
Oh, bruh. Because it would have killed my ass when I saw it was the baby first, and then that motherfucker just got gone. But as someone who is not a big Star Trek guy, if you are someone who is just a fan of certain Green Lanterns, whether that be Guy Gardner, whether that be Kyle, whether it be Simon, or you want to learn more about Simon, you want to see more about Jessica Cruz, you want to see Joe in there, you want to. From that standpoint, I think you all will enjoy this book. I will say it has its moments, especially when you have to go buy another fucking book just to finish the story you bought this book to read. But
because bear in mind, that's a 6-part storyline. That's a 6-part storyline. So that means so like if you're like me and you don't like Hal Jordan, and you tell me I got to read 3 issues of Hal Jordan to get the whole story.
Okay. 3 issues don't really make it sound as bad, but think about it like this: money that you're having to, when your pull list is already probably set, now you having to try to figure out, okay, how do I get this book in the rotation?
Right.
So this is gonna be a long ass story thing.
Well, I mean, because you look at the books, like how much of the books, like it's like what 3? What was it? Shit, $3, $4, $5 sometimes. Like, dude, I'm broke.
So I will say, one of my favorite things is just Guy and Kilowog training these new Green Lanterns it's a highlight anytime it pops up. Just seeing those shenanigans is always fun. But yeah, I think it's a very enjoyable book. I don't know how they're gonna collect this shit in trade. You're gonna have to buy a whole Green Lantern trade you didn't want just to figure out what's happening in the Green Lantern Corps.
Which is insane to me, by the way. Like the fact that, like that is so fucking diabolical.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, that is it's something. It's definitely something. But yeah, when it comes down to it, yeah, just that right there, and the fact that like that. Okay, that's also the other thing. The story starts in Green Lantern, so like that means you like literally that jump from 6 to 7. Green Lantern Corps 6 to 7, knowing that wait a minute, there was something in between 6 and 7 that I didn't read, so now like I'm reading some shit and don't know what the fuck is going on. Like it's that level of fuckery that I wasn't crazy about.
I want to talk to you about. I want to get away from the lanterns real quick because I want to talk to you about. We're gonna keep it in space. Let's do that. I want to keep it in space, but I want to move away from the Green Lanterns. I want to move to something a little bit more black, a little bit more purple, a little bit more Wakandan in nature. Did you read that last issue of Black Panther Intergalactic?
Not yet.
You are. That was a conversation I was ready to have.
Sorry. I wish.
Okay, one thing I did not know. Thing I did not know. Stephanie Phillips was on an interview recently, and apparently, a lot of people behind these new Cosmic Marvel or the Imperial line did not know that their books were getting got. One of which was Stephanie Phillips. She did not know that Planet She-Hulk was getting the boot.
That's actually a common thing in Marvel right now.
Yeah, she said that she did not know, Jed did not know, Hickman did not know. So she's basically having to do what Benjamin Percy had to do when it came to X-Force, to where she said issue 5 that recently released, it had a cliffhanger ending, in issue 6 now is going to have to jam and ball up everything to try to make some kind of a fucking ending. And so to only be able to get that, having to do that with something that you thought was going to be longer, now you got issue 6 where you got to wrap all this shit up is wild. I feel bad for Benjamin Percy when you got to do it on issue 50, but for Stephanie Phillips just to get issue 5 is or issue 6.
Oh, she's not the only one. She's not the only one. Morewa has had to do that with Storm now.
Okay. And Dango Bango,
I don't know
boy,
if
where you been? He said there is a planet She-Hulk. I feel cheated. Yes, that was it's issue 6 is going to be the final issue of that book. That's one. That Planet She-Hulk, Nova, we talked about this last week. Planet She-Hulk, Nova Centurion, Black Panther Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Those were 3 solid ones. Imperial Guardians was another good one, but it only getting one fucking issue because they canceled the series before issue 1 came out. But please, what were you about to say?
No, I was gonna say no. I wanted to go back to what I was saying about Storm. A lot of people don't realize this, but Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant. It's not an ongoing series. It's a mini series. And Morewa had a lot of shit planned. Remember when we talked to him, he was talking about like issue 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, so on and so forth. Well, apparently Morewa is not getting that omnibus. And basically what Morewa is having to do, the reason why, and I think I said this before, I said this in actually both of my videos talking about Earth's Mightiest Mutant, the book feels busy. Like it feels like way, like bordering on too busy. Like, and now I know why. Because apparently he is having to squeeze in all the shit that he was planning to do in 5 issues.
Yeah.
And that's why when you read those books, it jumps around so much and there's so much other shit going on. And like also why some subplots that were originally teased never got addressed. Like remember how Storm was supposed to be in politics now? Yeah, we see that didn't happen.
Poison Ivy over here on the DC side thinks whole goddamn mayor right now.
Right? Well, the fucked up part is now folks are mad at G. Folks are mad at G. Willow Wilson because I haven't read the most recent issue. I just heard, but like apparently she broke up. They mad at her because they broke up her and Harley. Like her and Harley, they
y'all be all right. Y'all will be all right.
I mean, honestly, I'm okay with it because I personally, I'm not attached to that pairing.
Cry more, please. Y'all want somebody to dislike for that? You can dislike me. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll take the L for that one. But no, I think that, what's going on, and also, I don't know if you saw the discourse about Dan Slott, because people were like freaking out because Dan Slott went on Dano Cosmic's podcast. The Word Balloon podcast, and basically was talking about his book, and he was basically telling people, "Hey, if you like my book, like if you like my Spider-Man stuff, go to your LCS and ask for my shit." And he basically was also explaining, and it's also going to lead into something I kind of want to talk about, just to kind of give you guys a refresher. But he
here's
basically
a segue for you.
What's that?
Check it out. Just said Dan was saying what y'all been saying. What have we been saying, Ernie? What you been saying, Ernie? Segue.
So I have been saying, you know what? Here, let's share with the class.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah,
what have y'all been saying?
It's crazy how that works. Basically, what I have been saying. That I have been trying to impress upon people for a very long time is that you should pre-order books. Here, just real quick, because this is a very short snippet. I'm going to play it, and just so you guys can kind of get some context about what we're talking about. So that way I'm not putting words in Dan's mouth because someone else did, and Dan lit their ass up, and I co-signed it. But, here, let's pull this up. And let me.
I want to say it now. People on social media are roasting Dan Slide. Dan Slide was one of 5. Okay, what did he say? Lord,
So here it is. This is it.
If you are a reader and you loved reading, you had fun reading my run of Spider-Man and you want more of it, please put this on your pull list now. The final order for our first issue is March 30th. Please put this on your pull list now. If you are a retailer, we know you're going to order issue number 1 well. No doubt. Everyone always does that with number 1. This is me talking to you. I need you on issue 2. When it's time to put in your orders for issue 2, I need you to order this like you're ordering your Dan Slott Spider-Man comic for issue 2, instead of like, hey, there's like 12 other books with blind bags and I'm going to put all my money into that. We're at a
wait a minute. I love how blind bags has come up a lot recently because that's kind of like the new hot trend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Dan finish here in just a sec, but I just kind of wanted to jump in just for a split second. And yes, Elite, yes, this is the thing where people were trying to claim that he was begging for purchases. I'm gonna tell you something. I actually love what Dan Slott's response was to that, because he basically was like, I was just promoting my book.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
Everybody else does.
Wait, what?
But then he also pointed out that he didn't name names, but I know who he's talking about. He said the person made a video, a person on YouTube made a video about him begging for people to buy his book, and then turned around in the same breath and begged people to like and subscribe to his channel and buy his book. I was like, man, these motherfuckers ain't got no self-awareness at all. So
you know you might not want to say it live. You want to send me like who was you talking about?
Oh, I'll tell you after the show. Because
Cool.
I don't want to give them any I don't want to give them any more time than what I've ever given them before.
I bet.
But
I don't know who you're talking about, but that don't sound like begging to me. He's a comic book creator telling you to buy a comic book. What the fuck are we talking about?
That's every comic book creator. Like, hey, if you like my shit, buy my shit. That's all they're fucking saying. They're not saying anything. Like, dude, who doesn't do that?
Dog, I just saw Scott Snyder doing that shit about Absolute Batman. I just saw Matt Fraction doing that about Batman. I just saw Ryan Stegman doing that about his X book he has a story in. I just saw Chip Zdarsky doing that about a fucking new. What are we talking about?
Like, dude, it's not begging. I mean, if you want, look, all right, if you want to make it begging, then everybody's fucking begging. And when everybody's begging, nobody's fucking begging.
Somebody promoting the book is begging. Okay.
It's like that, like
how else are you supposed to know about? How would y'all know about Heart of Darkness if Ernie didn't say?
If I didn't talk about it, and honestly,
how would y'all know that Dan Slott had a book if he not saying nothing about it? How would you all know about? How would you all know what was going on in Green Lantern Corps if Morgan Hampton wasn't out there? Or shit, Dakota Incident. How would y'all know about Dakota Incident if Morgan Hampton, Joe Illidge, and all these other people weren't talking about that? What the fuck are we talking about right now?
It's like, dude, that's why I can't stand that shit. But I'm gonna let Dan finish what he has to say, because he does say some other stuff that I think is interesting. But basically, yeah, Dan is saying a lot of the shit that we've been saying for a long fucking time. Like, but the thing is, I think the thing is that people who don't actually read comics are now learning how comics sales work. But here, let's let him go.
A point now where Marvel is when books come out, Marvel books come out, no matter what they are, they're lined up for 5 issues at a time. And what that means is, if you don't support the issue 2s and 3s, these books will go away by issue 5.
So y'all heard him, right? Hold on, real quick.
Lined up for 5 issues at a time. And what that means is, if you don't support the issue 2s and 3s, these books will go away by issue 5.
Okay, so I just wanted to play that again. Yeah, just to one more time.
Lined up for 5 issues at a time. And what that means is, if you don't support the issue 2s and 3s, these books will go away by issue 5.
Quick
So
thing,
here-
quick thing, quick thing, quick
Yeah.
thing, quick thing, quick thing.
Mhm.
Black Panther Intergalactic. Guess what issue it finished on?
5, 4, bro. Interesting.
Woo!
And here's the thing, Dan, like
Come
this,
on.
Dan was just being, and I even said this. I even said this to Dan on Threads when he brought it up, because he was basically talking about how, like, you know, there's people out there that are like being very disingenuous about about that interview. Oh wow, that's crazy. I did not know that. That is insane. Dude, the shit
What?
that happened while we were live.
What happened?
Robert Mueller just died.
What?
Like the Mueller report, Robert
Yeah.
Mueller. That motherfucker is gone. Like, only reason I knew this is because I went to Dan Slott's Threads page to pull up that post. So, like, and check this out.
Okay.
This is insane. Okay, but yeah, no, I like this is how I found out. Because Dan Slaughter reposted it. Oh my god, that's crazy. But no, anyway, I'm gonna scroll down. Yeah, here it is. It says, me on a podcast this week. If you like my Spider-Man comics, please put my new Spider-Man comic on your pull list before the final order cut off. YouTuber, Dan Slott has to beg people to buy his comics. YouTuber at the 1 minute 40 second mark of his video. If you like my video, please buy my comics at this link. I love Dan Slott. You'll never make me not love Dan Slott. I'm sorry. But no, like, I want to go, because, and the thing is, he did the same thing when he was doing Spider-Man Unlimited. Or not Spider-Man, I mean, Superman Unlimited. When that book was coming out, he was promoting that book as well. He did the same thing. Like, I feel like people just didn't. I feel like that was just the one that caught their attention. But, like, basically, yeah, this right here what he said. He said, going online and asking people to please check out your book is called promotion. It's what every comic book creator does, whether they're working on mainstream books or crowd-funded comics. But you did it for a Marvel book. They must be in trouble. The amount of promotion I'm doing for Spectacular Spider-Man #1 is no different than the amount of promotion I did for Superman Unlimited #1. Talking for 90 minutes on a podcast and making multiple posts is pretty par for the course. Like, that is literally what you do. Like, even like, I didn't do it as much as some other people did, but when Heart of the Darkness #1 came out, I went on people's shows and talked about my book. Why? Because that's what the fuck you do.
Yeah, it's called a press run for a reason.
Like, in here, and I'll take it a step further. This was my reply, which he agreed, like, clearly he liked. He said, I think what happened, what happened is you laid bare something many people don't realize despite being comic book readers for a long time, how buying comics actually works, but they don't know any other way to frame it other than drama.
So the fact that me, as well as several of you all that are watching us live, and the thousands upon thousands that watch the restreams or listen to us on Spotify, the fact that you all get up in the morning and y'all go to work, and then you go to your supervisor, you go to your manager or someone, you ask them about your check. Why are you begging for money?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's people will always see, like, here's the thing. I want to make something very clear. I mean, I'm sure somebody might be able to find, like, a moment where I've said something kind of vaguely like this, but generally speaking, I make suggestions that, like, hey, if you want to support the channel, you can, super chat or click this link or whatever, blah, 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 woo, whatever. But I don't really, like, make a habit of just like, oh man, please super chat, please super chat, please super chat. Like, I mean, I don't say that.
Man, because you don't you have enough ego to know you don't have to beg because the money gonna come to you. That's what that is.
I mean, it just like the thing is, I'm like this, man. People want to support the channel, they're gonna support the channel. I'm not gonna hold a gun
Did
to
y'all
their
see
head.
the photo begging he just did? Did y'all catch it? Did y'all catch it? I saw Jasmine in Discord last night. She posted a video because she found Legend of the Blue Marvel. Why your ass in Ernie Discord begging for attention that you bought a fucking book? What's your problem?
you know here since we begging since we gonna be out here begging, you know what, I'm a beg right now. Go read Heart of the Darkness, goddammit. Go read my book. Go buy you know what, fuck it, go buy it, goddammit. I'm begging, goddammit. Go buy the goddamn book. Go buy it. Well, I don't know.
Elijah Miller, did y'all see the representation in Invincible Season 4, Episode 2 of Viltrumite with locks was fire? Why are you trying to get black people's attention by bringing up locks? Why you begging for attention right now? You begging for attention from me, huh?
I ain't gonna lie. You just made me think of a clip that I found from Foreign Man in a Foreign Land.
Elite X1, lock the doors, pass the collection plate. Why you begging for sacrilege from Blerd Without Fear? Why you bring up the church in this? Huh?
Hey,
huh?
Y'all out here asking why Blerd Without Fear got on red bottoms? That's because I walk in the blood of Jesus.
Wait out of here.
Wait a minute.
Get me out of here.
What was that shit?
Corny. Get me out of here.
Wait, what was that shit Drewski says? Like,
get me out of here.
What was that shit he said in that goddamn skit where dude's like, hey, I was wondering, Reverend, can I get a blessing? And Drewski looked at dude and was like, you give your tithes and offerings today? And he was like, well, no. He's like, no, back up off my car, nigga.
What the fuck?
You know what? Okay, you know what?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
God forbid I share my interests with a like-minded group of people. Why you begging for friends? Why you begging for people that read the same shit that you read?
You ain't shit.
I'm gonna just use these people's stupid ass logic to other people. I'm gonna use it.
I mean, it makes sense.
Elite X1, ROFL. Why can't you just say that you rolling on the floor laughing? Why you begging for us to believe you don't know the English language? You don't know reading comprehension.
This motherfucker.
Huh? I'm gonna use that stupid ass logic. That's what I'm gonna do.
But that's the thing, though. They want us to believe that. Because you know what? It's like I was telling somebody else the other day, and I'm not gonna.
That. Wait. Fuck that. I bought Roots of Madness. Why you begging for that black woman's attention? She don't want you. Why you begging for that woman's attention? Huh?
Which reminds me, I gotta go pick up issue 5.
She don't want to write you into her book, Barry. Why you begging for her fucking attention?
Oh my god, I love it. Well, it said Marvel doesn't support us with full stories. We don't support Marvel. That's the real bone factor with the 5. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a whole stack with you. Marvel is actually right now catching the same heat that DC is catching right now, because Marvel has the same problem. They just got it from a different angle. So I am doing the same thing with Marvel that I'm doing with DC. If they're not going to give me the stories that I want, I'm going to just take my money and go elsewhere. It's why the money that I would have spent, on X-Men or Uncanny or Captain America, whatever, I'm just gonna go buy Roots of Madness.
I don't like that you just skip past what the Bone Factory just did because you wanted to talk about the fucking books you buying. Why didn't the Bone Factory just make that a regular comment? Why are you begging for Blerd Cave attention by making that a $5 super chat? Why didn't you just type it in the chat like normal? Why you begging to have your attention on the Blerd Cave by making that a $5 super chat?
This motherfucker here, I swear to God, he ain't shit.
I'm just saying.
But no, I mean, my mentality on a lot of this,
he typed it again.
He's like, God damn it. He's like, well, fuck, shit. He's like, he said, well, shit. Shit. Don't pay Carter no goddamn mind. Don't pay a man no goddamn mind. But no, I want y'all to please believe, though, what Dan Slott said is 100% correct. If you do not support these books, they will go away. And honestly, I feel like I know Marvel has already made their choice, but I feel like if everybody goes, and here, I want to explain something to y'all. Here, let's do this. I meant to actually do this earlier in the show, but I kind of got sidetracked, but we're going to do it now because you know what? Why the fuck not? I want to talk to you guys about something that Dan Slott mentioned, and I'm actually going to make a video kind of going into this a little bit more as well. I want to explain something y'all call FOC. Now, I know some of y'all know what FOC is. I don't have to explain what FOC is, but I've come to discover that comics fans at large don't know about FOC. Now, FOC is Final Order Cutoff. Final Order Cutoff. Now, what is Final Order Cutoff? You might be asking yourself. It is the moment that a publisher cuts off pre-orders. It's usually about 2 to 3, sometimes 4 weeks ahead of the release of the book. And it's basically how they dictate how many books they're going to print. So if a book has like 200 pre-orders, let's say 200 pre-orders, I'm lowballing here. Fuck it. Let's say 1,000 pre-orders. There's 1,000 pre-orders for a book, across the world. And basically they say, okay, so we're going to print 1,000 books and we're going to print something above that. Because, we want to have what we're going to match pre-orders, what people actually asked for the book. Because, the LCS is going to pay in advance for the book. That's something else you need to know. Because they're buying the books so they can get the books. So when Marvel, DC, Image, everybody else, when they look at those pre-orders, what that is, that's money already collected. That's
why are you begging for attention from Dan Slott by making your comic book audience more knowledgeable in comic book intricacies of FOCs?
God damn it. Well, if you have not noticed, sometimes books is like we hear about those absolute Batmans and Wonder Womans and Supermans, how oh man, they're on 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 20th, whatever the fuck printing. It's because people were pre-ordering the fuck out of those books and then also pre-ordering the reprints of those books, and then the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. That's why they keep selling out. That's why they keep making more. I promise you that while Marvel has pretty much gotten dead set in the notion that Storm is going to end at 5, if everybody who loves Storm went out and added Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant to their pull list, which, by the way, here, I'm going to bring this up because I don't know if you guys know you can do this. So if you go on League of Comic Geeks, you can filter. You can filter things by final order cutoff. So what it'll do is it'll show you right now. So since the 15th is already passed, which or not the 15th, but the 18th is already passed. So that would be the most that would be the most recent date of anything that's come out. They're going to show us the books that are coming out this coming week that are on final order cutoff. So this week, Absolute Green Lantern, Ultimate Wolverine, Transformers 31, Supergirl 12, Spawn, Action Comics, Bleeding Hearts, Green Lantern Corps right there, 15. This week is their final order cutoff. So you would have to go to your shop, or if you have a comic shop that syncs with League of Comic Geeks, you can get the book on your pull, through the website. So I'm just saying. Now, that said, I think we've got a little ways. I think Yeah, I think he said, what was it? It would be like the 30th or something like that. Like, yeah, March 30th or some sort. For the spectacular joint.
I can't give you an answer. Don't beg me for the answer. I don't know.
It's this motherfucker right here. I swear to God. But no, you see it here. Like, these are the books. Like, if you look at these dates, it's like, hey, this is gonna be the last chance you got to, like, right here, Planet She-Hulk #6. Yes, right there. That's pretty much a wrap. That's pretty much a wrap after that. Because, like, in here, also, I don't know if you guys know this. If you go on League of Comic Geeks, if you see this, get concerned. And if you don't know what I'm talking about here, for the audio files, don't pay any mind right here to the world's most dangerous Japanese man in Marvel Comics. Don't pay any mind to that. Yeah. Akira.
Oh, one thing I do want to correct you on.
What's that?
I looked at the issue count that he's come out with.
Mm-hmm.
Marewa actually could get a Storm Omni.
Well, no, he would have to hit 25. He'd have to hit 25.
Incorrect. And the only reason I say that is because Donny Cates has a Marvel Cosmic, and it's like 17 or 18. So if this Earth's Mightiest Mutant gets 5 with the 12 that he's done, he could. It would be one of them. Because you got to remember.
It would be close.
Remember.
Yeah.
Donny Cates' Hulk run was 15 issues and got an Omni.
That is
3 trades and got an Omni.
I'm going to tell you what they're going to have to do to make it work. And you're going to laugh when I say this. Here, let me pull this down.
I made my chest hurt because I begged for a Marewa omnibus.
I
just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Damn, I got that acid reflux. No, you know what they're going to have to add to that book?
What?
They're going to have to add the Storm Life Death the anniversary thing that they did last year. They're gonna have to add that. That's gonna bump that up to, because, like, what was it, the first run was 12. This is gonna be 5, so that's 17. That would get you to 18. That would get, if you do Life Death, that would get you to 18. That would get you 18. And then also or no, not Life Death, Life Dream. That's what it was called. It was called Life Dream, and that was a pretty
Rogue Storm.
Yeah, you'd have to add Rogue Storm. That's 3 issues.
Yeah, so that's under.
Yeah. So that's well, and also you'd have to add the Hellfire Gala one shot as well. So
unless they nasty and do the Ed Brisson shit where you just got a Storm by Marewa thick ass trade.
Ooh, no, I don't like that.
You know what? This will be a fun one. I wouldn't mind hearing this rant. This was something that happened during the week that y'all don't know about. Have you tried to read that Wicked and Divine, Big Dog?
Oh God. Okay, hold up.
So Ernie recently picked up what I picked up like the day it came out, the Wicked and Divine from Kieran Gillen. He got the compendium. Now, if y'all remember, I had the oversized hardcovers. Those only came out initially, and that's it, because with Image, the creators are responsible for putting the money up for those hardcovers. So I only had the first one. I didn't buy the rest of them because I thought they'd be readily available, like Image was Marvel and DC, which I was wrong on. So I gave it to Ernie for $3.99, and then he saw the prices of them other ones and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get that compendium." But shows him the problem with that compendium.
Okay, so this here is the Wicked and Divine compendium, but I want to turn this bitch sideways. Look how thick that is. And you know what I don't like about compendiums? I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about compendiums. I don't like how they don't open all the way sometimes. Like, especially like they do, like when you get to the middle, but when you're like the beginning, it's like, man, I feel like I'm gonna break the book if I open it up too much. So like not to make, this motherfucker is heavy. This motherfucker, look how thick this shit is. This shit thick like Persephone. Like for real. Like shit's bigger than War and Peace. Bruh. Crazy. It's crazy.
That's why I have not read it right now, and I truly wish I just had bought them hardcover. Like, this is one of them cases where Yeah, I have gone to my LCS a lot recently because I think I'm gonna get rid of my compendium and just buy the 9 trades of that goddamn series because that fucking thing right there is a violation. That's a violation.
You gotta put that. That has to go on the lectern.
Kieran Gillen was begging motherfuckers to have more wrist strength to pick up these goddamn compendiums,
right? But no, and Bill just brought up something very that I didn't think about yet. So actually, technically, we already missed FOC for Storm Earth's Mightiest Mutant number 3 because it, was last week or earlier this week. I mean, so yeah. It's too late to pre-order it. I would still say try and get 4 and 5 if y'all haven't if you haven't done it already. But I mean, right now it's looking pretty fucking nebulous. By my estimation. Just by my because so basically you would have had to have pre-ordered here. Wait a minute, let me do by FOC. Where to go? Bam, yeah, here it is. So yeah, Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant. Yeah, you would have because here it is right here. This is it right here. So yeah, basically you would have had to pre-ordered it at the beginning of this week. You would have had to have pre-ordered it by new comic like earlier in the week of this week. You'd had to do it, but maybe even before New Comic Book Day, because that book comes out on the 15th of next month.
And what I will say real quick, since you have League of Comic Geeks up, because I just found this out about my LCS because of the conversation we had last week. Go to your LCS if you all do frequently go to them and ask them if they use League of Comic Geeks.
Yeah,
and if you're able to sync up with them, because I just found out that my comic shop links up with League of Comic Geeks. So you just go in there, you would sync the accounts, and then they would be able to. What I found out from the woman that runs my LCS. If you sync up with that shop, they made it a point to say only like books and shit like that you want them to pick up, because they're going to look at the books that you like, and those are the ones that are going to be added to your pull list. So you can go. You only had to really go in there one time if you kind of antisocial. And then other than that, you can just call. You can just call your shop, and they already got your account, and then they can just do it like that. So yeah, man.
See, like right here,
I thought that was pretty cool.
Like, see, I have right here. I got like this is highlighted.
Yeah.
Now, if I click this, it's going to remove it from my pool, so I'm not doing that. But like, you can also see variants as well. You can see variants on here as well, and this is the final. At least for now. I'm pretty sure Stephanie's probably gonna be coming back and doing some more of this or something similar. I know she's working on a horror series right now, which she said this is gonna be like her first time like really getting into that. But oh wait, here, let me go back. I wanted to share something. But yes, when I go on here, if I look like, say, if I want to go to like Ghost Pepper, I can go down here to Ghost Pepper. I can also look at these and be like, oh, hey, this is, here's Ghost Pepper right here, number 9. I'd be like, oh, hey, maybe there's some variants that I want to get up on. Maybe I want to get up on, maybe I want to get up on this variant, or whatever. And I can be like, all right, cool. Let me get that. Let me do that one. Or whatever the fuck. Shit like that. I mean, like I said, I think that if I want to help make everybody better comic book fans, because I feel like a lot of us don't know. A lot of us don't know how the business actually works. Like I've said a bunch lately, if you walk into a shop and just buy a book off the shelf, you're not supporting the book. You are supporting the shop. If you pre-order a book and then show up to buy that book, then you are not only supporting the book, you are also supporting the shop. And I think, like I think that if you have the option,
why are you begging for brick and mortar comic shops to still be relevant and a thing?
Because it's both, Carter.
Both is good.
Yeah, it's but
Now you begging
do
for
both.
a fucking Road to El Dorado sequel. Can we leave, please? Can we leave?
Yeah. I think so. I think so. Yeah, but like I said, I wanted to impress this upon you that this is something that I want y'all to really consider doing, going forward in perpetuity, is that if you have the option to support your favorite comic, support your favorite comic. But if you also have the option to support your favorite comic and support your local comic shop, do both. And the way that you do both is you go into the shop, you pre-order the books that you want, and also show up to buy the books that you pre-ordered. That is a way to support your LCS. Also, maybe buy stuff other than comics. If you see like some LCSs, a lot of them really nowadays, especially if they got like, drinks behind the counter that you could purchase. They got like, snacks, candy, chips. They got bags and boards.
What
they got
shop you go to? My shop ain't got that. They a bitch.
The
in Los
seller.
Angeles. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, the seller got it. The seller, they do it. They got like, at the very least, drinks. And they got like, t-shirts, posters, board games, and all kind of other bullshit. So yeah, the seller holding it down. Yeah. But by the what was it? I just had this conversation with David F. Walker when he was talking about how like when he goes into you're gonna get a kick out of this, Carter. Do you know I'm gonna give you a little spoiler for an interview that I'm gonna release on Monday.
Yeah.
I had an interview with the co-writer of Bitterroot, David F. Walker, and we had a conversation about LCSs, and it was a very funny conversation. But he said, you know what actually lets him know whether or not an LCS ain't shit?
Mm-hmm.
If he don't see no Saga on the shelf. He said if he walk in a shop and they ain't got Saga on the shelf, he don't want to go in there. He said because if you can't sell Saga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like, if you can't sell Saga, then your shop ain't shit. Oh, but no, that said, I'm gonna say we got one more thing that I kind of want to hit before we get up out of here. And this, where I would stay around and do more questions. I'll tell you, there's a couple of questions to answer, and then we're gonna we'll answer whatever questions I see in the chat, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of Dodge because your boy is hungry and actually wants to eat a full meal. Your boy was out here grilling yesterday, so yeah. Okay, so few things, and I'm gonna kind of go through these really quick because I don't have a whole lot of information on some of them. But Sidious Black with a $5 super chat says, "Hey Blerd, could you explain the new school in X-Men? Do you know what happens to their body when attending?" So here, this is really easy. So basically, and I actually did a video about this, so technically you should go watch the video. But I'm gonna tell you anyway because you super chatted, so I'm gonna help you out. Basically, the new school, their body is still sitting where they are, wherever they are when they access Gray Matter Lane. That's just where they're at. Gray Matter Lane is basically the altar from the Krakoan era. It's the altar from the Krakoan era that just so happened to get fleshed out. Some of y'all, I would forgive you if you didn't remember during Way of X and Legion of X, they had this thing called the altar. It was supposed to be a place on the astral plane that was like supposed to be where they could go and train and have like, school and do like, mental health stuff and hang out, have like a safe space within their safe space. That was the altar. They never did anything with it. Not on any major level. They just showed it off a couple of times. I think like Carter, correct me if I'm wrong, but like outside of Way of X and Legion of X, that shit never came up again. To my understanding. But this was the altar, basically. It would like everything you see here.
Yeah, I think it was only Spurrier that
yeah, Spurrier was the only one that touched that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody else, they didn't do anything else with. But yeah, basically, yeah, it was like it says here, just like, hey, places for privacy or connection, training, trauma, healing, everything but a bloody basketball court, and that's just a matter of time. What's next?
I mean, a lot of that shit with that Spurrier was doing, they dropped a lot of it with Nightcrawler trying to create the new mutant religion. I guess they thought that subject with religion was a little bit too much, so we just not gonna do it. We just go onslaught and uncanny Nightcrawler and go on about the business. They didn't do anything with that plot thread.
That's basically, that's 1,000% fucking correct. The other thing, we got a question here from Lamar Norman. Says, question, hey, Blerd and Carter, what are you guys' thoughts on Bendis' Power comic becoming an animated series on Netflix? I
mean,
it can't be worse than the Sony show.
Hopefully, I was gonna say, hopefully, second time's a charm, because
that was some smooth brain. That was not good.
I would forgive you all if some of y'all didn't even know that was a thing, but Charlton, or is it Charlito? I think it's Charlton Copley. Charlton Copley. District, was it District 9? Was that the one he was in?
Yeah.
District main actor from District 9. You may have seen him if you play a lot of Payday 2. He was in the original Powers TV show, and that was when Sony and the PlayStation Network were trying to do their own thing that Peacock and all them do now.
Yeah, Sister Sage and them was up in there.
Yeah, that's where I know that actress from. If you've seen Sage in The Boys, that's where she did her. That was the first time I'd seen that actress was in the Powers TV show. I think it got two seasons.
Okay, the thing is, the first season I thought was okay, but it was like everything else after that I was kind of like, I don't care about the show no more.
Yeah, that was just when, like I said, Sony was trying to get their own network done. That's where you had the Tester, which actually ended up meeting one of my homeboys because he won one season. But that's when they were trying to do their whole network thing. Yeah, I told you about him. Will, that's the one who did God of War show.
Yeah. You told
he won. That's how he got on. He won the Tester.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
damn.
Now he's working
that
on.
Is wild.
Yep, he won. I think that was the last season that Will did, and now he's been working on God of War games ever since, and he's working on something.
Brigo, that's made me giggle. Yeah. Triple S, I forgot Chappie was in Powers.
Yeah.
Chappie. No, Chappie, man. That's my boy. Dude, I love that movie so much. I fucking hate the Antwoord, but I love Chappie. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. Also, another one that we got. This is from Daria. Says, is there anything you should read before? This is in reference to the Green Lantern Corps. Not really. You don't have to read any. Like, I know I mentioned some books earlier at the start of the segment. You don't have to read those books to get Green Lantern Corps. Like, honestly, I feel like Jeremy and Morgan did a good enough job talking to you through these characters about what's going on that, like, I would say if you wanted to go back and read the Green Lantern solo series, that would help. It would actually help maybe kind of make some sense out of the shit that's going on with the new Lantern Spectrum. There was the Grief Lanterns or whatever. That would probably help, and then it kind of leads into the Sun Eater stuff. And I would say maybe read Civil Core, but I mean, that's also part of the Hal Jordan Green Lantern book. But I don't think, as someone who was not reading that book, I never felt lost about anything that I was reading. Now, I will say, maybe consider reading Green Lantern Emerald Knight. But I think, and that's only because of some of the stuff we mentioned later. But I will say, if there's any two books I think you should read that definitely will make shit less confusing, read Green Lantern Emerald Knight and Green Lantern War Journal. Those are the John Stewart books. I think those are really the only books you absolutely positively have to read in order for it to make sense. Also, you don't even need to have read the Young Justice book that Teen Lantern comes from, because they kind of explain everything going on with Teen Lantern in that book. So there's that. Also, let's see. Oh yeah, by the way, this is actually good news right here. Heads up for pre-ordering Storm Earth's Mightiest Mutant number 4's FOC is April 6th. So here's what I'm gonna say. If you guys want to try to save that book, the book is already in my pool, so I've already done my part. But if you want to help me try to save this book, you need to put it in your pool. I'm sorry. There's no, like, and here's the thing. You can add books to your pool after FOC, but here's the problem with doing that. You are less likely to get the book that you're asking for. Basically, what's going to happen is that the allotment that your LCS got, they're going to have to try and take a book from the allotment that's just for randoms that come in the door. And you just better hope that they have enough that they can get you that. So try to get, here's what I need y'all to do. Go on your phone. Go on your phone, because I know all y'all motherfuckers got cell phones. Go on your cell.
Begging for me, dog.
What's that?
There's too much begging for me.
This motherfucker. League of Comic Geeks, they have an app. And you can use the app to do all the shit we were just talking about. So go in there, use the app, and you'll be able to get the shit that you need. Also, last thing, and then we're going to get out of here, because I actually did find this interesting. Did you hear that Jeremy Adams is a Trump supporter? I did not hear about that, but I'm going to tell you what I did hear about. I did hear that he had the misfortune of going onto a podcast that I think was a very poor decision to do so, and it was this one. For those who don't know, this is Thinking Critical. This is a whole racist piece. Oh shit. Some of y'all might remember when I did my video talking about what book? What was that? Ultimates number 10? Was that number 10 where they did the whole Red Skull, the whole the Red Skull shit where they showed the Red Skulls with the Punisher logo were basically like they were basically like Nazis, Proud Boys, and shit like that.
Yeah.
This was the motherfucker I was roasting when I made that video. Because he was basically like complaining about white nationalists. Basically he was complaining because he said being a white nationalist isn't a bad thing. Being a Trump supporter isn't a bad thing. Being a Jan 6er isn't a bad thing. Like he was basically trying to cover for that shit. And this motherfucker right here, for those that don't know, this right here,
that's Jeremy Adams.
That's Jeremy Adams right here. Here, I'm gonna zoom this in so y'all can see better. This is Jeremy Adams. Jeremy Adams took his funky ass on that podcast, and there's some people who are providing cover for him saying that, oh, maybe he didn't know who dude was. I find that doubtful because here's the thing, and I want y'all to understand something about how comic book YouTube discourse works. Most of the motherfuckers who are in the business of making comics, they usually know who all the major players are, even if they're the bad faith players. Like, when I go to cons, when I do deign to go to cons, like, I remember when I went to go talk to Kyle Starks at his booth when he was at MCX, he knew who I was. He was very aware of who I was. When I talked to Adam Kubert, he knew who I was. When I talked to Ron Mars knew who I was.
I would tell Morgan Hampton to have a conversation with Jeremy Adams. Since you're on a book with his name on it, I would tell him.
Not anymore. Jeremy ain't on the book no more. He ain't on there no more.
Yeah, but
they used to be. They used to be, yeah.
Yeah. But
that used to be. But yeah, I don't know. Morgan might have had a talk with him. Like, and then here's the thing. Thinking Critical doesn't even have, I think, I don't remember exactly when. Here, let's see, when was this? This was like a year ago. I don't even think Thinking Critical has the same following as what I would have, or size of following that I have. But I can tell you right now, I'm certain he's well known enough that people know who he is. But anyway, for me, I don't care. I like I said, I didn't buy Green Lantern Corps to support Jeremy Adams. I bought it to support Morgan Hampton. I don't give a fuck about Jeremy Adams if he's on that kind of time. So fuck him. You know, if Jeremy Adams went on that podcast because he felt comfortable sitting next to a man who is literally complaining about black people getting comic books and white people being racist being okay, being a perfectly normal, fine, and natural thing to be, and that there's nothing wrong with it. If he feels comfortable in the presence of that, fuck him. Fuck him. I mean, that's the tweet. There's nothing else. Anyway, I got nothing else. We're gonna get out of here because we're already like good and over on time. But I will say, in the meantime, go to League of Comic Geeks. Get the app, go to the website, whatever the fuck, make an account. It's free. They do have like a pro thing that you can do, but I don't do it because I don't use I don't know. Maybe I might one day just because I'm curious to know what you get for being a pro. But as of this precise moment, I've yet to see anything that would be a good reason for me to want to be a pro member. I don't know, Carter.
Everything that we do on their website, we ain't had to pay a dime.
Right. Like, okay, so
I think we good.
Yeah. Basically, okay, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. The only thing that I can see, man, no, I'm not gonna say nothing because it's gonna make me look green as hell. A lot of the shit that I see, yeah, none of it's stuff that I actually care about. I mean, some of it maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, this shit's free. If you want to use it for the shit we're telling you to do, yeah, it's fucking free. So just use that shit. I think the only way being a pro member is useful is if you are just a fucking super fan or if you're an actual fucking creator. Which, I mean, technically, I fall into the latter category, but even I am kind of like, no, I don't care about this shit. No, we're not doing that. Maybe I want to get into like some of those deeper stats at a later, more additional point. If they had like sales data, I would love to like look into that because if they could show me sales data, then they would get a pro membership out of me because I do want to see those sales numbers. But once again, I don't think any of that is available in the pro stuff, and it's largely has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with the industry itself not wanting to disclose how much books make unless they make tons of money. So anyway, go use that app, go sync your shop, go look to see if your shop is able to sync with your list, and go support some goddamn books. Okay, go support some books. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Carter, did you have anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Man, no. I'm out of here. I'm not finna beg y'all to go to anything that I'm doing. No, we don't do that here.
This man. Well, anyway, in the meantime, make sure that when you have an opportunity, go check out, when you see this thumbnail, make sure you go check it out because this is going to be the David F. Walker interview that I was alluding to earlier. It's going to drop on Monday, and well, there you have it. Well, anyway, that said, by the way, it's the longest interview I've ever done. So it is a 2-hour interview, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time, but there was nothing to cut. There was literally nothing to cut because everything he said was bars. It's good. During the interview, we're gonna talk about his book on Kickstarter, Blackenstein, or rather, The Monster of Blackenstein, not to be confused with The Monster of Blackenstein. We're gonna talk a little bit about some of his work at Marvel and DC and why he will never work there again, or at least as far as he is concerned, he will very likely never work there again. He's also gonna demystify some things about the comics industry as well as how people are paid and treated at these companies. He is also going to be, we didn't get to talk about it for super long, but we are going to talk about Bitterroot as well, and maybe when you could possibly expect the next installment and why it's taken so long to get there. Anyway, that said, that is the show, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed to some degree or another. I really appreciate all of you, and we will see you all next week, and hopefully I will see you guys on Thursday for Nerds of Culture if Robo does not throw his back out again. Anyway, you know what, that said, you know what, for all you begging ass motherfuckers,
We coming for you, nigga.